Hey, what's up, sports fans? This is the Hoopin Cube. We are on commentary for the draft number 2 of Boston Cube Party number 3 here in beautiful Somerville, Massachusetts, greatest city on earth. My name's Dan Thorne. I created the Hoopin Cube, regrettably, for everybody. And I'm here with my wonderful co-host, Domingo Brown.
Hey, what's up? I did not create the Hoopin Cube, but I have played it.
Yeah, it's I like to think it's pretty fun. This cube got started actually, me and James Porter, who I think is here at BCP, he lives in Philly now. We were talking at a Magic Con a couple of years back, and I think we were just joking around cards and different cards that, where people are holding different orbs or spheres or things like that in the art, and, how funny it would be if those were basketballs instead. And I think we came up with this idea to, what if we put stickers on the card? So, for instance, a Ponder, that art where it's, you're holding 3, orbs in your hand. What if those are just basketballs? And the gameplay kind of developed from there where, so this cube is kind of an emblem cube. The games start with a contested game ball in the command zone. That's a card from Lost Caverns of Ixalan that might not be in the list, but it's a 2-mana artifact. When you can tap it for 2 mana and draw a card and put a point counter on it, and then if there are 5 or more point counters, you sacrifice it and you get a treasure token. It's a card that likely was never put into anyone's Lost Caverns of Ixalan draft deck.
Yeah, no.
I put it into the list, and I was like, well, this card is thematically perfect, but yeah, how can we get anyone to play with it?
It looks like the draft is going to get started.
An emblem, yeah. So you're going to be playing with the ball. As we draft, we're going to be. I'm sorry, yeah. As we draft, you're going to see people. There's a lot of cards that care about getting through combat, getting the ball. A lot of the card draw on the cube is kind of based around the rate of 2 generic mana to draw 1 card if you control this artifact. So then ways that you can be aggressive, gain control of that ball early. It starts in the command zone. The first player to deal combat damage when the ball is not in play gets the contested game ball. And then from there, the contested game ball exchanges, but based on who was most recently dealt combat damage. So you want to play defense as much as you can. Defense wins championships.
It ends up playing out a lot like some of the multiplayer combat mechanics.
Lane-wide celebration. That's the city of New York was doing that pretty recently with the Knicks championship.
Knicks in 5.
Having Ghoul Lich, actually low-key, very cool card here. It's not necessarily. I mean, it's just a cool.
It seems like it would be a fun kind of build around. Maybe not fully supported, but something that you might be able to piece together.
Yeah, my friend Travis had a very cool deck with it. Just playing long games, getting to the graveyard. Naomi, there's some cards that care about having artifacts or enchantments on the battlefield.
You're going to have an artifact potentially on the battlefield from the very beginning.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Ideally, you want to have that. There's a lot of cards that care about enchantments and auras. Some of that is, I've leaned into it a little bit because we always want to talk about which players have the most aura. So you can draft
Okay, thank you.
So yeah, we want to play some auras. So I think Noah is our featured drafter right now, and they are looking at their pack 1 pick 1. They're looking at it's pretty good. Grim Servant, there's a mild amount of zombie. There's 1 or 2 cards that might care about zombies in here.
Yeah.
It's not a thing that I'm building around necessarily, but I've seen it happen sometimes.
I've been impressed with that card just being a reasonable body that also gets something efficient and solid out of your deck. It doesn't need to be crazy high. It's not like some of the other devotion cards that really need that number to be high.
We got the referee squad. That's a gimme in this.
Oh my god, yeah. Such a flavor win. I love it.
Windriser Wizard is a new one.
That's the biggest basketball I've seen on any of these cards.
I have several of these cards. There's several different sizes of stickers that you'll see. Some of them you have to actually cut out. We've got James Wandering Dad. He's looking for Brawny, of course. I didn't even realize that like there was a. I mean, I forgot that it was like a LeBron James reference until, like after I had drafted this several times.
Well, no, that was all intentional. That was actually planned the whole time. Yeah,
thank you for covering.
Yeah. I got you.
There's a bit of wizard typal. It's there are a few things, the blue red is kind of a wizard's thing.
Yeah, when you think about this cube, are you like an archetypes enjoyer, or are you thinking more like card packages?
Oh, that's a good question. I do draft. I mean, I draft a lot regularly. I enjoy retail limited. So I am thinking about, there is kind of like a archetype I have in mind for each 2-color pair, but some of them are looser than others.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I think that's inevitable, right? Some stuff's just not going to have enough support. Also, love that you included the bounce lands.
Oh, yeah.
They're very fitting.
That's very, very fun. Yeah, you are bouncing them like a basketball. There's no land destruction.
It's a T-Rex playing basketball.
Yeah, so, okay, I got to say, big green creatures historically has been a really hard thing for this cube. Just finding creatures that have like art where it looks like they could be like dunking or dribbling or shooting a basketball. Green I think has the fewest creatures that are like humans or humanoids.
Right. Yeah.
So like finding that T-Rex, I like, this is a kind of a budget cube. Those Verges are probably the most expensive card in here.
Yeah, straight up.
But like there's a lot of commons and uncommons, and very cheap rares. I like the land cyclers a lot. I like big green creatures. Green-black has some ways to get things out of the graveyard, so you can try to land cycle one of those big guys. And
I love that gameplay
commence
too.
the end game there.
Yeah.
I feel like the big spells have generally been very fun to resolve here.
The games have typically gone like not crazy long, but like into the mid game. Ooh, that's
okay. So yeah,
neuron activated.
I'm glad to have you here because there is a little bit of ninjas typo happening. I know Domingo's own Ven Cube that's here at this event has a ninja and rogue errata where ninjas are rogues and rogues are ninjas. So that's a
Ingenious Infiltrator is a great card in that cube. And I think it's pretty good here too.
I've got some ETBs. There's a bit of like a blue-white theme that cares about creatures being blinked. So you've got like things like the Grim Servant where that can get in.
Yeah.
With Menace, probably go unblocked. I think the Nightblade Brigade is a fun one here because it mobilizes, gets you 2 attackers, which can be useful.
Yeah,
sometimes you want to flood the zone, get the ball just with a bunch of attackers where maybe some of them die, but you get the ball, and if you have a way to maintain it, then it can be very powerful. Also, I want to call out 1-drops can be very. They can be a little more powerful here than you might expect in other cubes. So I do have a bunch of 1-drops across colors.
Yeah, just to get in and get the ball early.
Yeah, and there are some things that you like, even some like 1-mana non-creature spells, like I think Disrupt the Messenger from let me see if I can find it. Disrupt the Messenger from Deceive the Messenger, from Lord of the Rings. He's hiding the ball behind him. I'm getting a little more creative about where I put the stickers.
I love it.
With each of these.
Where did the ball go?
That's a sneaky 1-drop. You can just play it.
Oh yeah, because the Amass Orcs.
They need to have a creature, but that gets you a blocker or
that's not bad.
Lets you make some orcs.
I mean, I just like some of these 1-drops that are in here that we're looking at. I also don't mind the protocol. I think that's like
the disruption protocol. I think is very good.
Again, with that sort of like flickery, like creatures coming in and out of the battlefields.
Yeah,
there's another big green creature.
Oh yeah, the wood crasher.
Yeah,
it's a big trampler. I mean, all of the different combat abilities are quite good here. I think being able to trample through is useful. Containment Priest is, relatively fair here, but flashing in a blocker is always good here.
Yeah, I imagine you're not doing anything too broken with, like, that's not stopping anything too broken.
Yeah, there's things like some Reanimator stuff, but again, you're probably getting like a 6 or 7 drop Dork out of the graveyard with like Back for More or something, one of the other Reanimator cards.
It's not like Vintage Cube where like that card just stops whole decks, right?
Yeah, I mean, it does, it can stop ninjas as well. Let's see, Tezzeret's Gambit,
two balls. Oh my god!
Some of them have a lot of balls. Provision Merchant, I think, is pretty
I've not
busted
seen that
green card.
Provisions Merchant.
Oh yeah, so it's a green creature. That's one of those like Wilds of Eldraine. I think it was just in like not Jumpstart, but like set boosters or something. That was like a weird time when they were printing some
Oh,
cards that were not in draft boosters.
very interesting.
But I also like, again, you know, with a lot of I've had a lot of feedback from people who've drafted this, and I try to lean into NBA slang as much as I can. So you've got free throw merchants in the NBA, you've got fouling merchants, and so
Very fitting.
anytime I can put a merchant in, Phantom Interference I think is a good card here.
Phantom
Again,
interference.
I could just make you a blocker, make you an evasive creature is always good. That's a blue instant. Yeah, it's one of those spree cards. So
Oh, I remember really liking this in OTJ. I really liked this card. I
Being
thought it
able-
was really flexible. I mean,
yeah,
I love
it's
a
just a
clench.
good common. I think it might be in the official Pauper Cube that's also firing at this draft, at this event. Yeah, it's just a flexible one. I mean, I try to keep the cards pretty simple. Even the modular cards, have pretty simple modes, so it's
Yeah,
easy
we
to
were-
understand everything.
We were just talking about that
Oh, yeah.
off camera, about how given that you have like a start of game emblem and this card that's kind of going back and forth between the players, there's already that kind of cognitive load of having, text on the battlefield from the very beginning. So keeping the card simple is a good idea.
Yeah, I think that's a Scholar of Combustion over there. It's a Wizard. It's Goblin Tomb Raider. I think someone mentioned that as a possible pack one, pick one
It looks
in
like
one, and
maybe we might be seeing
It's
a
good.
little branch out. I mean,
Yeah.
that's
evasion.
a card.
Yeah.
That is
it's nice being able to bait out attacks, especially if you have like vigilant creatures or things like that.
which one was
Earth Kingdom
that?
General is quite nice. Green black has a bit of or like Abzan colors have a bit of +1/+1 counter stuff happening.
Oh,
There's
interesting.
a little bit of proliferate. You can put counters on the contested game ball.
I just pulled up the Scholar of Combustion.
Scholar of
'cause I hadn't seen
Combustion.
this.
I mean, it's another nice ETB creature. There's a
Yeah.
lot of things with simple ETBs where I don't think it's French vanilla, but like they're ETBs, but in other words, vanilla creatures.
Right. Once
so
they're there, they're there.
easier to understand on the board.
Ooh, we're getting towards the back end of pack one
Yeah.
here.
Okay. Plain
It's
white
halfway through.
celebration wield.
Yeah, it did come back. That
I
card
think
seems
I can
powerful.
be. Yeah, if you're able to get up to 7 mana, you can do a lot. You can proliferate. Returning a bunch of permanents is good.
Does the
Making 4 block, making the citizens is good. Those are decent blockers. Can help you protect your advantage if you have the ball.
and like you said, proliferate. There's some counters to move around. Is there like a ramp deck? Like I guess does the ball ramp you?
It does not ramp you, but there are a few things. I mean, there's more like mana fixing, but there are some 1 mana green ramp dorks. Like I believe we have Elvish Mystic and Llanowar Elves.
Oh, Elvish.
Oh yeah,
Mystics,
call it the
slam-
Elvish Mystics.
Slam
yeah,
dunk,
check
slam
that
dunk.
out. Check that out.
Yeah.
I think Llanowar Elves, I have to wait for the Jumpstart printing. Some of those, the cards that. The fun thing about this cube is that every spoiler season, I get to get very excited about cards that are way different than what every other cube designer is excited about. Like, check this out. In Secrets of Strixhaven, they printed this card, Encouraging Aviator, and that is it's a wizard, and there's wizard typle. It comes prepared and gets prepared, and it casts the spell Jump, which is a card that like I've wanted to have in this cube forever, but it's just not good enough.
Unplayable,
Like,
yeah.
Yeah, I had like Jump with flashback, things like that. Just give temporary
Ooh.
flying. It's good to spend resources to get harder to block attacks.
Yeah, definitely.
And it's I think it plays well, but like it's a wizard that's themed around jumping, and the art works. Oh, there's Defy Gravity.
Which is just like it's just jump but with flashback, right?
Yeah. So I mean, and like some of the blue cards, the wizards and stuff, care about casting multiple spells, care about casting instants and sorceries.
I'm surprised to see Visitor come back. I feel like that card's pretty powerful. I guess it's just not in demand, but
Yeah, and I think one thing that
Whoa.
maybe I need to be clear about in the Cruel Turf going late is also a little weird.
The
The bounce lands are very strong.
they're
Just
very strong. Draws you a
they
card.
fix the
kinda.
colors. I try for this. Is that Hoopin Mandrills?
Yeah.
Um,
Mandrills.
Yeah, I think that's been in since the very first draft.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They got
I mean,
the ball.
Look at that. Yeah.
For
They're
sure.
slamming. I do wonder sometimes. I feel like I should Sharpie some like nets on here or some hoops. Like but there's only so much I want to do.
Yeah.
This is
Do you
high
really
concept
want to?
enough.
Do you really want to go back through the whole cube and Sharpie nets on it? It seems
Honestly,
like a lot of
I
work.
really don't. My hands were cramped for like a week when
Yeah.
I made a lot of these because like peeling all those stickers. Some of the smaller ones I had to actually cut out because there was like a green background on the sticker. A Curse Marauder.
I like-
fun.
I like it.
Mayhem Devil. Let's call that up.
Oh
They,
yeah.
it's what Rakdos. They printed this like it was like an RCQ promo card and just getting Oh yeah, I'm so
got you.
bad at Thank you, Tomiko. Yeah, when they printed it, like any card with a finger raised up where they're spinning the ball is like I'm just always trying
There's
to.
the aviator.
Oh yeah,
Nice.
nice.
Came up. That's awesome.
Yeah, I wonder. It's always curious, like seeing how people draft. Like actually getting to watch a draft of this is honestly really fun. Just seeing like how are people evaluating this. I mean, Aviator, I think, can be very good just as a flyer on its own. It's
So it
strong.
seems like a great ninjutsu enabler too, because you can like pick up. You can pick up something, pick up the aviator itself, or jump something else to
Yeah.
get through.
Now I have Tameshi in here.
Oh, yeah.
which I don't know if you have in VenQ, but I think Tameshi plays really nice with ninjas.
Yeah.
And Tameshi is when you activate his ability you can like return a land to its owner's hand, and you can return an artifact or an enchantment card from your graveyard to the battlefield. And there are a bunch of these ninjas or these other creatures that are artifact or enchantment creatures. So
Yeah.
I mean, it's sorcery speed, but being able to get creatures back. Okay, we got braided net.
net.
I have to double sleeve this cube because there's like a couple of DFCs, and they are essential. I used to have the Transformers in here, like the ones that turn into boomboxes, because I searched on Scryfall for art equals basketball, and they
There's
showed up.
literally one,
But
yeah.
like they're 3 colored cards, and they just like don't do anything. Braided Net is I think one of 2 DFCs in the cube now. So you got that guy. He's
No
hitting the
backball back
net.
though.
Oh yeah. Well,
It's a net.
I worry about the thickness of
It's
like
also
the
a net.
card.
Like it's
Yeah.
pretty much there.
Yeah, I mean you're just trapped in the net. You're dripped out. The other one is let me find it. It's under artifacts in white. It is clay fired bricks. Because as long as Klay Thompson is in the NBA, then this is just a sentence you could say while watching like a Mavericks game.
And then the back is
Yeah, he's like 0 for 3 from the 3-throw line. He's firing bricks. But there's like craft. I think is also fun. Craft is fun here because I mean you can craft with the ball. You can even like
Oh, I didn't
first
even think
main
about
phase
that.
if you have a lot of mana late game.
Yeah.
You can like first main phase you can tap the ball, draw a card, then you can craft with it, and then you can go into combat, get in maybe with your
Yeah.
you got your Cosmium
'cause it
Kiln,
goes back
you
to
got a
the
pump.
zone, right?
Yeah, it was a Foulmire Knight. That's
Yeah.
good. Great 1-drop here. Useful late game. Gaunty. Wow, it's a late
Wow.
Gaunty. I mean, it's
Is that
one
the- that's the
definitely one of
OG,
the
right?
stronger. One of the stronger black cards. But
I mean, we love
Yeah,
a
it's nice happening.
defensive play.
yeah, Blood for Bones is fun. Battle at the Bridge, the improvise. You may have more or fewer artifacts, but it's cool. Hypnotic Grifter, I think, is a strong 1-drop.
On the subject of Tameshi, how often do you find that there are artifacts and enchantments in the graveyard to target? Because that was my concern with it for VenQ, was just not having stuff in the graveyard and not being able to activate the ability.
There's not a ton of like colorless artifacts. There's a decent amount of like artifact creatures and enchantment creatures.
What is this card?
And especially for like the sort of aura and enchantment stuff. Oh, Striding Shot Caller from that's a Simic card from Secrets of Strixhaven. That's a new one, and I'm curious how that's gonna play. It's been strong in the pre-drafts. Gixian Puppeteer, another very strong card here.
This card looks really good in this game.
Yeah,
I'm very
I mean,
excited
just
about
a very great defensive card. It's got reach. Can brick your flyers. Looks like they took Gixian Puppeteer, which is also a very strong card. I previously had the
It's 3, I think. Right? No,
it's black 4. It's from Brothers War. It's this one, and it triggers on drawing your second card. We've got Quasar Augur of Agonies in this pack too,
I think
which
that-
I think is it's the only 3-color card I have. I think.
yeah,
Ninja of the Deep Hours, nice.
Let's go.
Yeah, but-
classic.
Yeah, that will trigger Gixian Puppeteer. Drawing second cards, There are ways to do it without the ball, of course, but it's nice to have the ball. Anep is a very good red aggressive card here.
Got to get the right art for this one
Nameless
too. That's
Inversion
sweet.
is nice. it can trigger some. Nameless Inversion is a. I like to. I love that original art because it's like the and one guy, I think, like the super muscular, like super defined faceless guy is like, this guy's like, that art is saying like, go to church, pray, you don't guard me. I really want to make like a fake and one shirt for this cube, but I haven't thought of the best tagline yet. So drop that in the chat if you have any
suggestions.
MTG trash talk that you want to make. Johan's stopgap. The bargain is kind of fun because you can like sacrifice the ball.
Yeah. Again, that sort of like play around the artifacts.
Yeah, I like the gameplay where you can see a pretty nice blue-black deck coming together here.
I mean, I like we said, I'm a huge fan.
Yeah, you got the I see
right
the Rakdos Carnarium, so maybe you can even get the Hour of Devastation in the mix. It's a good board wipe.
I pretty much always play the off-color bounces just because like the ability, like you lose a little bit of tempo sometimes, but like it's no worse than a tap land in my opinion.
Johan Stopgap, I think, is very strong here. And then, getting the second card draw counter
Network
for
Disruptor.
Network Disruptor, very strong. One drop.
Cool
Sturge, also very good. These one drop flyers.
Yeah, they're
for ninjas.
And also just getting the ball. I mean, like
yeah,
playing
exactly.
that and like opening up. Yeah, those are great.
Yeah.
I was a little worried after pack 1 that things were kind of drying up, but I guess maybe we'll see what happens with pack 3.
Stonehaven Pilgrim, sneakily, very, very strong white card. Yeah, this is from like, I think this is a jumpstart kind of thing. Yeah, let's pull that up. It's a.
Whoa.
This is just a very, very powerful white 2-drop.
Yeah, no kidding. I mean, this is a race machine, especially considering if you're already on the. I guess it's interesting because if you're attacking, right, a lot of the time you're going to be getting the ball, not having the ball.
Yeah, but it's also a good way to like attack even if you're behind, you don't have the ball. You can like attack into this thing. Attack, gain some life, can help cushion you from like a crackback if you're not able to get the ball off of this. You know?
It's a cool like 2-drop that signals a little bit of an artifact and enchantment deck too, which is sweet.
Yeah. Lockthwain Gargoyle is in there just as a 1-drop. It's like an 0/3 defender, but then you can pay 4 mana to activate it, like give it a power bump and it loses defender and gains flying.
The Grifter seems fine here. I would probably take the Commister if I were in his place, just because he's got the red fixing and that card is awesome. But it's kind of slow.
It's definitely good. I think Shigeki is very strong. I'm always surprised to see it rather late. It's a nice defensive early creature.
I wonder about Shigeki because I've seen that happen in a couple of different cubes, and I wonder if it's just because it's like a lot of text.
Yeah,
like,
it's got a lot of text, but I mean, it's from Neon Dynasty, which is the one of the greatest limited sets of all time. So surely everyone was drafting that in paper or on Arena, right? I mean, I love cubing, but I'm a real retail limited enjoyer. So a lot of these are just cards I just remember drafting a lot.
Oh man!
Oh, the shot caller's going late. I mean,
interesting.
To be honest, I feel like green-blue is a color pair that often doesn't have a great identity in a lot of cubes.
Yeah.
And I think across power levels. So if a card that I'm worried about being very strong in gameplay is what gets people into green-blue, then why not?
Yeah, I super agree with that. I struggled with it for a little while. I ended up going with Flash. It felt like the most supported, but.
Oh yeah, no, that's a fun one. I mean, Quasar I think can be very strong, but you kind of want to already be willing to be Esper.
3-color cards are really hard in cubes without like shocks and triumphs and stuff.
And that's the only one. I mean, she's holding 2 basketballs.
She's
in control of the court.
Yeah, you got to make some allowances for the outliers.
Tome Anima might be getting a little long in the tooth, but
it's that conditional unblockable. I think we were looking through the list before this, and I was talking to someone about Razzle Dazzler.
Oh yeah, Razzle Dazzler I think is quite good here. I was winning games with Razzle Dazzler.
Yeah, they were like clowning.
Recently.
They were clowning on this card, and I was like, I think this is like a very reasonable. This is a very reasonable card in this cube because just being able to grow and be unblockable is like very solid.
It's a 2-drop wizard. I mean, and also like you can tell with that one. Some of these photos were taken earlier. If you look at the cubecobra.com/cube/list/hoopin, question mark view equals main board. If you go to the visual spoiler view, if you hit that, yeah, view equals main board and display equals spoiler.
Yeah, copy that down
that's
quick.
yeah, that's what you want to see. Like I think that'll tell you whether you want to draft this cube or not, because you just see in all the cards. I have uploaded custom images of everything, as you've been seeing so far on the stream. You can see the actual stickered cards. Phantom Blade is actually really strong.
So
Corrupt Court Official is in here. That's
it's got.
I think this is the new Capenna printing. It was initially from Portal 3 Kingdoms, but
is this
gotta have this guy. Oh yeah, Tomiko and I were talking about. There's a lot of basketball's very popular in China. It's like maybe we should find some Portal 3 Kingdoms cards, represent the global face of the sport.
Yeah, seriously.
But
Ooh, I've liked.
I gotta put Enthralling Victor in here for Wembanyama, though I don't think the pose is really great. I don't think it's really like holding a basketball. Maybe the goblin in that art could.
He's got it in the background. Really tiny.
Yeah. I don't know, but
what is this card?
The Apple of Eden. This one's weird.
Yeah.
This is one of those cards where initially, when I started building this list, I went to Scryfall, and Scryfall art tags are your friend. If you're building a weird cube like this, you type art equals orb, or art equals sphere, or art equals ball, or art equals basketball even. There's like 3 or 4 cards with an actual basketball in the official Magic art. This one's very weird. It's interesting. It's it's a nice way to disrupt your opponent's plan. You can.
Yeah, it's kind of like a thefty kind of effect. It's very interesting.
Yeah, and it's if they're sitting on like a big hand and playing a more controlling game, it can be a nice way for you to just mess up their plan.
And 4 isn't exorbitant, right?
Yeah, we got the Golden State Doomscar Warrior right there. Halo Forager is also
Noxious Ghoul.
Just good. Yeah, Noxious Ghoul. I think it's okay on its own. Noxious Ghoul is it's just when it or another zombie enters. All non-zombie creatures get -1/-1 until end of turn. So it on its own can clear the board of a lot of little X1s, or like you can play it after combat to clean up. But then if you have other zombies, there's like Killian's Confidence is
that's a new one,
being
right?
considered. That's a new one from Secrets of Strixhaven, which I think would be very strong here.
I like this
so
card
this
a lot.
is I think my friend Gwen from around here was working on making a cube where everyone started with Killian's Confidence, kind of similar to
like Loam
Boy
Cube.
Gwen Decker's Life from the Loam cube.
Yeah.
But it's draws you extra cards, triggers on combat damage.
Yeah.
It's just an additional kind of ball effect floating around. But so this is their deck right now.
They're into that.
Some good blue black. Maybe potential splashes, but
I don't know that I would I don't know that I would splash in this. Oh, nice!
You got the Phantom Blade, Bloodghast. Phantom Blade is a black artifact from Assassin's Creed. It's another one of those like art tag equals open palm, open dash palm, step through. Okay, Mark Restrepo from the Strixhaven Study Abroad cube earlier on the stream recommended step through. It's wizard cycling. It's like a You're Euro stepping on the court.
Stepping through.
It's also nice, it's a nice tempo play where you can either re-trigger your ETBs or just bounce 2 blockers. This is I was trying to figure out how to represent, put the basketball in here, but I think I came up with a good solution.
I like the half in, half out, the little portal.
Yeah. Desperate Bloodseeker, just a nice 2-drop. Environmental Scientist is a new one from Secrets of Strixhaven, just regular.
I also really like Halo Forager. Like, that's a really sweet card. I don't think it's that good for this deck in particular, but it's pretty sweet. Oh, there's some more wizard
just
stuff.
as it's a flyer. So that Rakshasa Gravecaller I think can be very strong and might be a little underrated. This card right here, it just makes a couple of blockers, and you can like attack with a creature. Exploit that tapped creature.
Yeah.
Come and make some. It's just like
blocks like crazy.
Maybe you
3/6.
attack and you get the ball, and then you've got a 3/6 and you got two 2/2s. Like as a later game play, that can be very strong. Siege Zombie again. It's like a way to get if the board's kind of gum up and you're not attacking profitably, it can help you get some.
Yeah, or you're holding the
damage
ball
there.
and your opponent, you're just in board stall mode and you're like grinding out value and just tapping down every turn. That's great.
I'm sorry if you were looking at cards you have not seen in any other cube. there's maybe not a lot of overlap here.
Yeah.
Looks like
No kidding.
they might be considering a Plague Crafter.
So a great card.
You know, it's pretty
another-
nice card. So
is
the
another
Jumpstart
Jumpstart.
printing.
Anime boy.
Yeah, you know. Looks like I need a new test subject. Any volunteers? Imagine putting that on an and one shirt. It's like a faceless wizard. Like,
Oh,
Is that,
do the blue card instead.
looks like I believe that was the
Nimble.
Nimble Brigand, another OTJ.
Nice.
So you're it can't be blocked if you're committing a crime. I like things like conditional, unblockable.
Yeah, I've been noticing
Where I
that.
want you to like commit some resources. Like I don't want you to just have a creature that's just unblockable straight
Yeah.
up. And that's also why I feel like some of the flyers are a little below rate compared to other things you might see in other
Yeah.
cubes. Try to spread out the evasion across colors.
Yeah, in this
And,
cube especially, it feels important for evasion to be available to everyone in some form. What do you do for white evasion? Is it just go wide?
There's flying, there's go wide,
Yeah.
there's some things like yeah, it can make multiple creatures. There's it's okay, so this is one card that's actually not stickered because it has a basketball on it. But let's get the Jeskai Baller up there. Yeah, here's the Jeskai Baller. So that is from that's from the Mystery Booster 2,
Yep.
and it does have rebound. It makes a bunch of tokens. There's not a lot of things that make tokens, but
They seem good in this.
what
like-
we hopefully will see later is that for tokens, I just use some old Junk Wax era basketball cards. So I've got some packs in the supplemental box there, and once the deck building finishes, I will try to encourage
Oh,
players
man.
to
The
crack
one-
some packs and get in there, just draw, the token types on the cards.
I was impressed with Sphere in the last time that I drafted Hoopin. This card has a lot of text on it, but it's did you take Ponder?
Yeah, it was a ponder. I mean,
I
Classic.
can't blame him. Can't blame him. But yeah, Sphere of Annihilation. This card is pretty interesting. It's kind of like a pernicious deed that you can't
Yeah.
control. Like you just like throw it down and then it's gonna fire on your next upkeep. So they get
Yeah.
like one turn before it blows
we
everything up.
got Deputy of Detention is strong.
Okay, all right.
Sir Conrad the Grim. Mirrodin Avenged, I think, actually is one of those cards that, and it's nice with like ninjas.
Yeah.
But it's also like this art I think I saw on like Reddit or Twitter. After this card was spoiled, someone just like photoshopped it so Karn is holding a basketball instead of Elish Norn's head.
Yeah, I mean-
that's it's like the things that germinate this idea. Also like there's a custom I remember seeing on Reddit sometime, like the Kodama's Reach, but they altered the art where it's like a basketball player who's got Kodama on the back of his jersey blocking a shot.
reaching.
It's
Yeah,
like-
love it.
yeah. I gotta make a custom jersey that just says Kodama on the
Yeah,
back of it.
seriously,
Yeah.
you absolutely should.
Okay,
That's a
Assassin's
great
Ink,
idea.
pretty nice removal. It usually costs 3 if you have the ball or an enchantment. It's easy. That's from Neon Dynasty. There's
Nice.
a lot of Neon Dynasty in here.
Wait,
There's
this
a lot
is
of
like murder or maybe
LCI.
better murder. Okay.
yeah. There's no
dig it.
planeswalkers in this cube.
Yeah, right. I mean, better
I
meaning like
think-
it could cost 2.
No, yeah. There used to be like Zhang Yangu from War of the Spark.
Yeah, yeah.
There's some uncommon ones.
Totally
but
reasonable planeswalker to have in.
Yeah,
the
I'm
cube.
seeing a Fire Fist 8-up, which is a late Wizards card, which I think could be pretty good. It's like a Flame Tongue Kavu kind of situation. Did that
Oh,
get
yeah, yeah,
taken? I don't know. But
I think it did.
yeah, I
looks
mean,
like
it's
it
a good
did.
one from what did we see there? Was that
That might have been Halo Forge.
I think that might have been yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, as a wheeling the multicolored card. It was definitely a gold card, so
I think he's
I mean,
been
Hello
cutting
Forager.
pretty-
I also, speaking of cutting, this is an X-Acto knife job. Had to cut out the
little
fairy's hand. My hands were really cramping up doing this.
I love this
but
card. I think it's really
It's
fun.
good. Oh yeah.
We're
Right
getting
on.
down towards the end here.
Yeah. Here,
and
I don't think we've seen it in the key, but we gotta get Felden of the Third Path on there. This is one of my favorites.
he's contemplating
alters.
if ball is in fact life.
Yeah, she will come back to me. I do have a lot of the rebound mechanic in here because, thematic.
Yeah.
I really love the Hell's Cube kind of custom set cube that people do, and one of my favorite things about that is the way they find humor by recontextualizing
Yep.
the named mechanics of Magic. Like
Yep.
they have a card called Wellness Coach that is like, search your library for a card and manifest it. It's like,
Yeah.
and I was like, yeah, that's exactly what a wellness coach would do, and that's a very different meaning of the word manifest
Yeah.
than what you expect in Magic. But
I just saw Indigo Montoya, which makes a creature prepared to die. Just a spell that just makes them sacrifice it. It's incredible.
yeah, it's
like,
incredible.
It's great.
Yeah, no,
I
love
love
that. I
Hellscape.
love that stuff. I love just playing around with words, and you've got a basketball word that's also a Magic word, so why not lean into that?
I think that's also part of the fun of Hoopin for me is that it's like a very extremely normal cube, other than the ball, which ends up playing out pretty normal.
Thank you for thinking that this cube is extremely normal.
In terms of gameplay, though, like it's like very combat-y, right? Like it's you're not doing like Cascade Cube stuff or like Turbo Cube or like things you're doing these degenerate game plans. Like
you generally cannot win with like a burn to the face or other things
or
like
mill
that.
or things like that. Like
I do still have the Explosive Singularity. There are some big spells that have made their way in here,
this
but
card's thick.
yeah.
Can we
put up
mad. I'm not mad.
the Spirit Bomb?
Yeah, seriously, the Spirit Basketball.
And sometimes late game you might end up with a bit of a board stall, and you have a bunch of
like
creatures that can help you Spirit Bomb.
You're going to play like offense and defense over the course of the game. Like if you're holding the ball, you're less incentivized to attack a little bit because you don't want to leave yourself open, kind of like the Monarch, right? And you're just keeping that ball and holding up something like this, building up towards your Spirit Bomb, and then just you do the half court shot, which is the 10 damage to the face.
Yeah, it looks like they're in the tank right now at passing Lagomos, which
that's a good
got
card.
The Needletooth pack, which I think is a totally fine creature. It's a morbid, I believe that's every turn.
Oh wow!
Every ad step, you can put counters on any target creatures, because that can really rapidly.
This card is crazy.
It's also 5 toughness. This is a pretty decent Foundations card, and it's also like I like having things like this you could play after combat, where you can like check morbid and find ways to like punish someone chumping killing one of your creatures, or attacking in and like fainting in ways where like even if they block your attack, you still might want to attack to do something like get a death trigger, or try to turn on like a Mirrodin Avenge, things like that. I think that's like beyond initially when I built this cube, you start thinking about like, oh, what's got the ball on it, and then as I see what kind of cards might fit with the art constraint, we'll think about what actually plays well, and you cut out the cards that are way too good, the cards that are way too bad. I try to keep this
no Soul Ring in the cube. Come on, that's got kind of an orb.
There's probably like they probably have printed a Soul Ring that's just a basketball by now, like
at this point,
in Ninja Turtles or something.
Yeah, right. It's got pizza on it.
Yeah, no, maybe I should look at the Ninja Turtles set, but I have not. I mean, I'm not opposed to Universes Beyond. There's definitely some stuff from Final Fantasy and like Lord of the Rings in here.
Yeah, and Assassin's Creed that we saw.
Yeah, and it's like but it's a delicate balance. I do also like the idea of like wizards and fantastical creatures
playing basketball.
Yeah, playing basketball with the stickers. Like if they're printing too many cards that actually have basketballs on them, it's a little tough. Let me see the one card that I have in here that has not a basketball sticker. I do have Michael Jordan in here from someone. I did an interview with Cade last year, which was since I've been bringing these cubes to different events, I have was able to source a version of Mijo the Bull from one of the playtest events.
Yeah, one of the unknowns, right? Yeah.
And it's I'm very grateful to have gotten that, because I was not quite sure how to buy these. But
there's not that many in circulation, right? Because it's these events only fire once, and then the cards don't get printed again.
Yeah, and people don't tend to put them up on.
You keep them as like a memento of the event that you did. Yeah.
Yeah, but I was on Recross the Paths like last year, I think, and I mentioned Kate asks, what card would you most want to add into your cube, and I said, well, they made a Michael Jordan card at a MagicCon Chicago. and it's this Mejo the Bull. I don't know if we can put that up on the screen now while they're deck building, but this Mejo the Bull is it's a ox athlete, and oh yeah, it's right over my face right now. I am just as bald as Michael Jordan, but
And just as good as
so you make the
basketball.
rock. Togo Goblin Weaponsmith is also in this cube, and it's kind of a combination. If you can assemble both of them, I think they're both good enough that they tend to not get picked by the same player. But Mijo basically means that you sacrifice an artifact, you deal 2 damage, it deals 3 instead
Yep.
because it's from downtown, so it's giving you a 3-point shot.
Yep.
And then Togo, it makes the rock.
Yeah.
And then
He's
you
the ball
sacrifice
boy.
the rock to deal 2.
He's the ball
So
boy.
you get you do 2 points by shooting the rock. Like you gotta have that in there. There was a little bit of I had like landscapes in from MH3 at first, which I kind of wanted to keep like additional landfall triggers and stuff. There's been a little bit of less of that in the cube recently.
Yeah, what pushed you away from the landscapes? Because they look like reasonable, limited versions of the like evolving wilds, terramorphic expanse, that sort of thing.
I mean, I think people wanted a little bit better fixing. And
they always do.
Yeah, I mean, do not, my friends, become too addicted to fixing. You will resent its absence. I'm coming from. I played a lot of Pauper Cube. My first cube was a clone of the Pauper Cube, and so like, I'm used to tap lands. I'm used to guild gates. Okay, like I've got check lands in here. I've got bounce lands. I've got
The
pain
bounce lands are
lands. I've got the artifact bridges, which I might just replace with the landscapes because I don't think there's enough artifact stuff that really justifies these quite as much. There's some fun stuff with like earth bending and some other things where you've got 10 of these indestructible
It's also
lands.
cool for the cards that like we were looking at, that 2-drop that gets lifelink if you have an artifact when it attacks. Like having that just be built into your land base is kind of nice, although it does sort of
Yeah.
like take away that like gameplay moment because it's just like, oh, you get it for free.
Yeah, and there's some things like for instance the alloy animus that can
Okay.
like you can start slamming in with
Oh,
a
yeah, this is
land or
sick.
something
I think you
else
should
like
keep the
that.
artifact
I mean,
lands. I wanna
it's just
do this.
that's I think this guy's kind of a sleeper.
You can hit them with the ball. That's
You
awesome.
can, being able to hit them with the ball. I think I had some other stuff with animated artifacts, and then I realized it's like keeping the ball as a creature that can get stolen by your opponent
That's
is a little
great.
weird.
Yeah, you're like,
but-
oh, I make it a 5/5, and they hit you with a flyer, and you're like, ooh.
I do love a tough cookie in, there's a lot of cubes where like that are like more synergistic or a lower power level where I'm just kind of like, I'm going to just try to open tough cookie and beat people down with tough cookie because I could just turn 2, play that, make a food, turn 3, start swinging it with a 4/4. What you going to do about it? You're assembling your engine.
Yeah, right.
But
Nice
tough
synergy,
cookie is
brother.
not in here,
Smack.
but smacking people with a 4/4 artifact creature that may or may not be indestructible. That can win some games.
Yeah, I like it. I definitely also. I think we were talking before stream about our philosophy on fixing, which is like, I think you're at like what 15% of the cube is fixing because it's 360 and you're
Yeah,
at 50.
360. I have 50 lands, so 5 cycles.
Yeah, not bad. I think I have like 55 in a 450, so I'm pretty low, I would
Yeah,
say.
that's a little low.
But there's tri-lands in there, and there's also talismans and stuff like that. And I am there are dozens of us. I am an enjoyer of bad fixing. I like for there to be that texture in the draft and for you to think about it and
Yeah.
be conscious of it and not just end up being passed a bunch of lands that end up in your colors.
Yeah, and you don't always want, I mean, even when fixing is good, you don't want there to be too many, like, soup decks where you are just picking, shock lands, fetch lands, triomes, and then just by pack 2 or pack 3, you're just picking the best card in the pack when you don't see a good fixing land.
Yep.
That can be fun to play occasionally, but you don't always
You
wanna...
want it to feel earned, right? If you do like
Yeah.
a 5-color soup deck, you want it to really like feel like you made a bunch of conscious decisions. You picked your green fixing that lets you find any colors or your treasure generators or whatever. You don't want to just be like, oh, no one else was in these multicolored things, so I'm just soup.
Yeah. I mean, no, I just want to play the soup deck where I play 1 basic land of every color by turn 5, and I have full Wooburg domain. And then I cast Last Stand, or no,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Coalition Victory
Yeah, I cast Tribal Flames targeting myself,
Get
shoot
'em.
myself for 5. Yeah,
Concede.
yeah, why not?
I love that.
Yo,
I
shout
love
out to Nicholas Garcia's Domain Cube. It's another one I've ranked very highly. If you're actually at this event and you're somehow not drafting, or if you're only coming tomorrow, and you're watching this stream instead of like being in a match right now. Domain Cube, very fun. It's another one of our
Yep.
our local pals from the Draft Punks Discord here. But yeah, that's a fun cube if you care about getting 5 basic land types by turn 5.
Oh, I do. Oh, I do.
Yeah. Leyline Binding for 1. That is not in Hoopin. That card is way too good.
Yeah, that's another thing. I think we're in deck building right now, but one of the things that I thought about beforehand that I wanted to ask you about is like what are some examples of cards that you cut that were just too powerful? I made the joke about Soul Ring. Obviously, that was like never on the table. But like, are there some like notable ones? We won't be able to pull them up because they're not.
Yeah,
on the list,
let me
but...
think. Well, I can look at the change log here.
Oh,
and let's
spicy.
see. There was some stuff. So I tried the Wild Growth Archaic, which was from Secrets of Strixhaven. That was way too good. That was in one draft, and I realized, yeah, that's incredibly good. Some other things I took out. I think it's probably closer to the. I've had this for a couple of years now.
Yeah.
So I have gone. I think built this. The first draft was maybe mid 2024.
Oh yeah, wow, a
and
couple years then.
yeah, I forget when the actual draft happened. This was, I think, around it.
I see some like vintage cube cards in here, like Rimrock Knight and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, well he's rocking the rim. Also, I don't know if you've ever seen, if you've ever played the indie video game Charles Barkley Shut Up and Jam Gaiden.
Yes,
I played that a lot in college, and there is a character named Cyber Dwarf who joins your party. Who's a dwarf who has healed himself after suffering grievous injuries. He repaired his body using a basketball, so he has basketball skin. And I just like, I wanted to find some way to represent that in this, and also just, you know, it's just a fun. I love Rimrock Knight. It's also like these decks, even the decks that care about instants and sorceries and non-creature spells, I think they generally want to have a bunch of creatures.
Yep.
Because you want to establish board presence early. You want to get in and do combat to get the ball. It's not the kind of deck where you want to have like 15 instants and sorceries and
like
one
Gelectrode or whatever.
Yeah, like a Tolarian Terror. Gelectrode, deep cut.
What? Oh, Gelectrode's it's a banger. I love that card.
I don't wanna age myself too much, but I loved playing original Ravnica draft back in like high school. Speaking of bad fixing, Ravnica Guild Pack Dissension. Now that's a limited environment that will try people's souls. You know, you're trying to, you know, hit your splash off of like, maybe you got one Signet and you've got a Sohana Starfletcher and you've got the Lantern that can also ping people because Mana Burn was a thing back in the game.
Spectral Searchlight or whatever.
Yeah, there it is.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, you're preaching to the choir. I have
I'm talking to my co-host has a Ravnica themed block cube, which I very much want to draft.
Free play tomorrow.
Presently, okay, I might be in there. I'm not going to be in top 64.
We can't.
I don't think I can.
Yeah.
But so yeah, catch us in free play on the city block.
I'll definitely remember to sort it out because we drafted it yesterday, and the fixing it's better than in original Ravnica. I think there's 50 in a 450 there as well.
Right on. Yeah, I'm very excited to see what kind of decks people are working with. My buddy Nick from New Jersey is in the pod. I think he may be showing up to match 1, but I'm not quite sure who's in what seat. Shout out to Nick for bringing some bagels from 3 Star Bagel in Teaneck, New Jersey, to up here to Somerville. I grew up in Teaneck, so I appreciate the North Jersey cubers coming up here. Also heard you drove here in like 3 hours on the Merrick Parkway, which I don't totally understand. I don't know how you would do that while also remaining alive. I mean, I believe people are going probably close to 100 miles an hour on that road.
Yeah, was he driving a rocket ship?
Yeah. If you've never driven the Merritt Parkway up or down between like Hartford, Connecticut, and New York City, it's like a 2-lane road. The right lane has an exit like every quarter of a mile, so it's going at like 15 miles an hour, and the left lane is like is Ether Drift. It's the Magic the Gathering set Ether Drift. They are going nuts. And I think we might be getting ready for match 1. Sweet. So I think we're getting ready to begin.
Yeah, it looks like
I'm very
round one is about
excited.
to start.
Yeah, right on. And yeah, let's see some gameplay.
Yeah, I'm excited. We will. I wish we had like a buzzer noise we could play, like a.
Oh yeah. No, I mean this is also the time where I feel like I gotta start shifting into sports play-by-play mode.
Yeah. We need arrows we can draw on the screen.
Yeah, I mean I apologize in advance if this the next couple of hours of match commentary is just me saying "boom shakalaka" over and over again.
It's just from down.
He's heating up. We're gonna see what happens here, but it's I got. Thank you, Mari, for the other beverage. I'm very excited to speak in these matches. So, one thing to know about this cube is that there are 8 contested game balls in my box between the lands and the tokens. The backside of each one has a rules insert, basically the custom rules in the game. What they mean in practice is that if you would not, like, if the ball would leave the battlefield in any way, if it would like be returned to someone's hand, it would go back to the command zone instead. If it would go to the graveyard, like there's a dies trigger because some things care about like artifacts hitting the graveyard, but it's like, you know, the new commander rule where like you can play Child of Alara as your commander and get it back to the command zone.
Thank God, finally.
Yeah. Yeah, right on. But we've got, you know, if like it's also, there were some corner cases that I saw at last year's Boston Cube Party where it was also featured in the event where we had holy
oh no, we got a message. Quick,
oh, nice. Okay. I thought that this player was drawing a knight token, and I want to make sure that they use actual basketball cards. So if you want to stall for a sec, let me just make sure that I have those over there.
I'm happy to talk about this. I mean, I think that, like, generally speaking, the custom rules and rules insert is really just to make sure that the ball remains in play. Like, you can still get some synergies off of it, you know, bouncing it, sacrificing it, like we said, but that there's never a situation where, like, the ball has just vanished in some way. Also, just want to plug this beautiful Boston Cube Party mat that we have this year in high demand. It's absolutely gorgeous. Hopefully the stream quality is doing it justice. Beautiful full color mat. I don't know the artist offhand, but I can try to find that out and give them a plug because they did a phenomenal job. Yeah, really excited to see this this first round of Hoopin Cube. My co-host is just making sure that the appropriate tokens are used. Oh, we're gonna get a little gotcha stream, a little pack rip. Nice. Okay. All right. Hopefully we get to see some sweet, you know, jersey fabric, or like signed cards in there. I don't know much about basketball cards, but I imagine there's some pretty sweet pulls. Maybe a one of one ring.
Oh yeah, so
serialized Mox Amber.
Okay, so Domingo, I don't know a lot about basketball cards either, but let me tell you about something called the junk wax era. Basically, in the late 80s and early 90s, there was a collectibles boom that also affected like comic books and other things. I think like Magic was kind of caught up in it initially too, but there was a glut of collectibles, and a lot of sports cards were like speculated upon. The card companies printed a lot of baseball cards, basketball cards, football cards, like a huge oversupply, and there's a lot of cards from this era that are basically worthless.
Yeah, we don't know anything about that in Magic, though, right?
No, absolutely not. I think this like wrecked a lot of like places that probably would have become LGSs, like as Magic was getting off the ground. There was like a big boom and bust cycle in like comics and collectible stores in the early 90s. Anyway, I bought a bunch of these extremely cheap old school basketball card packs, and I try to get people to use them as tokens. It's always really fun seeing what tokens come up.
I love it.
Afterwards. There's some like other tokens in there that may or may not have been drawn, you know, like maybe you get to turn like a Denver Nuggets player into a treasure.
That sounds great.
Yeah, it looks like we got a little white-red versus the black-blue. I don't know if it's Sultai or just straight-up blue-black.
Yeah, we didn't really get a chance to see the actual deck building happening, so it's going to be kind of a mystery to us as well. Yeah. But I would expect definitely core black-blue based off the draft that we saw.
Using the Dragonfire on the Bloodghast is a little aggressive, I guess, just
Especially
pushing through. But if you're able to get the ball, and then I'm assuming that we've got a drawing.
Did
So
Bloodghast not come back to the battlefield? It should have, right? Or is it exiled? It might be exiled.
Oh, yeah, it actually, that makes sense. The Scorching Dragonfire, I believe, exiles upon damage, so that's actually a great response here.
Yep, if that creature would die. Okay, I was wondering about that because I saw the landfall. Yeah, that's actually not bad. Bloodghast seems like a pretty good threat in this kind of cube.
Scorching Dragonfire, I put in
ninjutsu.
The Duskmourn art, actually a great example of dribbling. It's really hard to find card art that represents dribbling very well, and maybe eventually I'll be able to show some of these on the stream, but Seize the Spoils is another one where like the goblins kind of like low to the ground and the hands like out, kind of fingers splayed.
Yeah.
So,
is there a fingers splayed Scryfall tag?
Maybe not yet. I might need to waste a lot of my time going and tagging things.
I would love that if you just became like an elite level tagger on Scryfall.
If anyone on this stream is part of the Scryfall art tagging project, I salute you. This literally could not have happened without. Okay,
Ooh,
we got Rakamar.
Classic. Talk about aging yourself.
Yeah, it's a 2/2 haster that can also tap and spend one round to make a 3/1 elemental with haste. Just a nice way to push damage.
Elementals.
Attackers that you can kind of tease out that don't cost a card. We're getting a card off the Ingenious Infiltrator, and I think Grim Servant has been drawn. I see Foulmire Knight. I see Grim Servant in there. I think the Desperate Bloodseeker. There's a
Nameless Inversion.
Nameless Inversion.
Yeah,
oh yeah, Nameless Inversion on the Rakamar. Good call.
Yeah, I think before that thing starts like spitting out an attacker and taking the ball.
Yeah, I don't mind offering the trade there, getting in with the Ingenious Infiltrator, because you're assuming that the Boros opponent is not going to want to trade the Rakamar, especially when their opponent already has the bar.
Just running out the Knight, it looks like not sending it on an adventure.
Yeah, that's fine.
Totally
just having
fine.
a Death Toucher. You've got 2 mana up. You can crack the ball and draw a card on their end step. It's a great place for control deck to be. Oh, Midnight Mayhem. Okay.
Yep.
So, I'm not trying to... One thing I was concerned about in this cube is, is Boros always going to win, just, going wide, playing
and then
a bunch
also
of creatures?
getting card advantage from the ball and stuff like that.
Yeah, because it can shore up some of their... Okay, we got 3 gremlins. We're opening up a prime, extraordinarily cheap NBA hoops. Okay, we got what, Frank
Jerkowski, Michael Cage.
Oh yeah, it was a Sherman Douglas.
Oh, he just flipped him just straight up. These are our gremlins.
Nice. We got 3 gremlins. They gain, I think, lifelink, haste, and menace.
Menace, yeah.
So this is a great way to just push through, get the ball.
Yeah.
You don't even necessarily need to attack with them all. I think one great way to play this is to
play it.
Play it and use as many as you need with the menace to get in. I mean, you could just full send, especially if you have a 1-drop or something.
I mean, I think they're also kind of in race mode right now. Like the Ingenious Infiltrator is pushing damage and drawing cards. So I imagine that our Boros players with Nick.
No, I think with just one, with just one, I might have just gone with a 1 there. But it's also, that's not very Boros of me. Oh, we got the Torch Courier. Okay, so we got at least 1 blocker. Yeah. Yeah, Torch Courier is dribbling. I was trying to represent dribbling in these cards. Yeah. Actually,
here we go.
This deck right here is a great dribbling deck. Torch Courier, I've seen the...
Sick. These cards are so funny.
Yeah, it's nice too, because just being able to trade it late game for giving a big thing haste. If you're in red-green, if you're in red-black, if you've got even a big flyer that could help you get the ball.
It's a 1-drop that doesn't. It's not terrible in the late game. It's not amazing, but you could just slam it down.
Or it's it's like maybe the boards are stalled and you've got a flyer in hand. You want to cast it. You want to get the ball, but you have to wait a turn. It doesn't have haste, and then just being able to trade that in for it. I have. I've got. Do I still have? Yeah, the Hotfoot Gnome. I mean, this does not necessarily look the best on paper, but. Also more dribbling. Boros dribblers is an archetype.
Boros dribblers.
Yeah.
You got to do the proper primer where you have a name for every archetype. That's just like downtown Demir. Like,
Yeah, no, I got to make sure I don't type Boros dribblers while I'm at work on my work computer. You know, I got to get off the VPN for that.
Yeah. You're getting flagged for that one for sure.
Oh yeah. Chief IT officer of my company comes in and is like, "Well, Dan, I don't really know what you were looking up, but I don't like it."
Yeah.
Okay, we got.
Okay, we have the
we got the
servant.
Grim Servant on the board. So
With,
devotion is 1, 2, 3.
That's pretty good.
So yeah, I think a lot of stuff. You know,
most of
there's
the
a lot of
cards in the queue,
smaller cards in here. There's a lot of 1-drops, 2-drops. Okay, getting a refute. So you're representing the counter spell. That's interesting that you. I think they had the Phantom Interference, and they could cast that with the 1 generic spree cost to basically quench something.
Yeah.
But at 5 mana, the Boros, you know, that may not necessarily do much. Oh yeah, I always have a hard time finding this card because of the spree cost.
Right.
It's a 1-mana card. Shout out to Micromancer. I wonder if I can get Micromancer into this cube because I love Micromancer so much.
I love that card too.
Oh,
I'm a huge
yeah.
fan.
I love weird tutors.
I will
right.
say I'm a huge fan of a face-up counterspell. I think there's like a lot of pressure that it can exert over your opponent where they have to choose their window, and like giving your opponent choice is usually not a good thing, but in the case of a counterspell, it's sometimes great to watch them like try to bait you and then you just don't fall for the bait.
Yeah, that's one of the nice things about things like, you know, duress and any kind of targeted discard where you see their hand. This is a weird one. Rough Rhino Cavalry. I don't know. I like having some larger creatures across colors.
And like you said, I imagine not just green, but many of the colors are going to struggle with those larger creatures looking like they're playing basketball.
Yeah. I like the firebending. You know, you can spend that mana to do an instant or a combat trick. I try to have some instant speed tricks.
Or activate the ball.
With the 2 firebending mana.
That's not bad.
It's also, I like the exhaust to get trample until end of turn. You know, it's like these are having things where you have to kind of think about when you get your evasion in is useful. And I don't know, we saw the rules card on the back of the ball. Basically, the additional rules, they may seem wordy, but like one thing that was happening last year was that there were some things that would let you sacrifice artifacts in response to like the ball changing control trigger.
So like you would prevent your opponent from rightfully getting the ball.
Yeah, so I do have a rule in place that essentially, I worked on this with Bones, the illustrious cube judge, who is not at this event, but is at many other cube events over the years, and just tried to make it so that, like, even if the ball is sacrificed in response, like, you're still going to throw in the ball, and they will still get the ball.
Yeah,
basically, all the rules are just to facilitate corner cases where, like, if you were hitting your opponent for combat damage, you were going to get the ball at the end of it.
Yep.
Because that's what I want. There's not... I think initially there was a card, like Weakstone Subjugation, I think, that could have locked down the ball where you could not untap it. And, I mean, you could change control of it, but like...
But like, what's the point at that point?
But like, you know, there's better forms of removal. I don't want to do the thing where you don't have to care about the ball.
Yeah,
and I think
that's part of the whole appeal of the cube in some ways, is that you're playing with this interesting gameplay back and forth, and it mimics basketball in that way.
Yeah, and I will say that all of the games I have ever seen of Hoopin or played, you know, people are caring about the ball.
You should.
And I respect that. I know, like, in 100 Ornithopters, there have been, in different iterations of that cube, I think Bones actually found a deck that did not run any Ornithopters and that was able to win without attacking with Ornithopters or doing things with the Ornithopters. And that's very cool and clever to think of. But I don't think this is quite that kind of high concept cube, and I'm glad people are getting to the ball. You know, they're controlling the ball.
Yeah. When I was drafting this, I ended up with a blue, I think it was blue something. It might have been blue black. I think I'd say high likelihood it was blue black just because of my predilections. And one of the things I found really nice about it was you had this sort of built-in optionality with all of your instants if you had the ball.
Oh, okay. I think we're resolving a Glare Wielder here.
Ooh,
So
a
Hardcast
classic.
Glare Wielder, that's a 5-mana haster. And, 5-mana, oh yeah. And so when it ETBs, up to 2 target creatures can't block this turn.
Yikes.
And,
okay. It's probably the Death Touchers, I would expect. Or, wait, sorry, the Grim...
But they've got 3... So you've got 3 blockers.
Yeah.
You've got 3 attackers now. There's a 1/1. There's a Rough Rhino is, I think, a 5/5.
Yeah, so
and the 3/1. Rough Rhino doesn't have trample, but...
Yeah, but I think that unless...
you can... Yeah, I think if they block the 5/5, that's still lethal.
Yep.
Being represented. I see the Starfield Shepherd in hand, which is also a relatively newer addition. I like that one a lot. I think it's like Ranger of Eos, I think, might be a little hot here, but like I like where you can find either a plains or you can find a 1-drop, because these, I think that especially as you play this more, I tend to I value 1-drops a lot. So okay, I wonder what we're gonna see.
Yeah,
I'm guessing you don't need a land here, but
I just saw Miho the Bull.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
I see Basri's Tomorrow's Champion, which is a little bit of a sillier one, but I mean, he's a champion.
How far have we come that this is what a Savannah Lions looks like now? God,
it's wild.
this is crazy.
Yeah, there's a lot of Savannah Lions in here. I think this one is cool because you can at least like cycle it. You can draw cards. It triggers your draw 2 stuff. I will say one card. I think you were asking before power outliers that have been removed. There was a card from MH3, Emrakul's Messenger.
Oh yeah,
it's a 2-drop 2/1 blue flyer. It's like an Eldrazi fairy. It's like 2/1 flying for 2. When you draw your second card each turn, you make an Eldrazi spawn.
Yep.
So it's like if you have the ball, then when you use the ball, you make a blocker that makes it more likely for you to hold onto the ball.
Yep, I see why that
was very oppressive. It's also like a 2-drop flying creature is like was one of the most efficient ways
and
to
it makes mana,
get the ball.
Like you can sack, you
could
block,
sack it,
draw, tap. Like that's pretty nutty. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was in one draft. I think that was we recognized that pretty easily. I think that was in the first draft of the game, and I think Nick Picone had a very cool blue-black deck like this, where I think there was also the other one of those other Brothers War cards, Gurgling Anointer. I think it's like a 3-mana 1/3 black flyer. When you draw your second card each turn, you put a +1/+1 counter on it, and then when it dies, you return another creature with mana value less than its power or something to the battlefield.
Kind of the Gixian puppeteer type thing. Story,
and I think the Anointer was more problematic to me because it was a flyer with high toughness, so you could like play it turn 3, you can get in with a flyer. Oh, okay, we got an Assassin's Ink on the Cavalry. Okay,
the
this is actually
mode. This is great.
This is coming through. Attacking with the Infiltrator, and the Desperate Bloodseeker has lifelink.
Yep, so try to bring themselves back in this game. That's actually something we didn't calculate. Oh no, because that was going to get block denied. It was going to get panicked. Yeah. And it survived. So it was just a chump block, I think.
Yeah, I think
prevent the draw.
I mean, things like the lifelink. I like to have abilities like that where they may not be evasive, but they're things that are relevant when you're in big combat situations. Like maybe you block with it to stop them from getting the ball, and you gain some life. Even if your creature dies, it helps you kind of hold on while you dig for more options. We got a Ponder resolving. Love to see it. I did cut a lot of 1 and 2 mana draw spells from this. There's not like a lot of there's not like opt, consider, sleight of hand kind of stuff like that. Ponder has good card selection, where I think there's value in having it, especially if you want to cast cheap spells.
And it's got 3 basketballs on it.
Yeah, I mean, it's really hard. You're pondering the orbs, like.
Come on. You're
Yeah.
doing the like the
All right,
the,
we
the
got
tricks.
Basri on the board.
Nice. Okay.
We can't make a catch yet,
Oh.
but we got Feldon.
Feldon.
And Feldon actually is going to be kind of sick with it here. I think.
Yeah, a lot of
'Cause
really
you can,
sweet targets.
You can use Feldon to get a hasty like Rough Rhino.
Yep.
You can get
the
the Glare Wielder back.
Yeah,
actually,
Glare
that's
Wielder.
representing a pretty
That's a lot of damage
nice
on board.
attack. So I think Noah's got to be very careful here about how they attack and what they want to do to, when like they know that the Glare Wielder's there. I see the Starfield Shepherd is still warped, so that could come in as a 5-mana 3/2, and when it comes out, actually, because Nick has 7 mana on board. Oh, nice. We got the Halo Forager. Just got back the Scorching Dragonfire.
Nice.
To exile Feldon.
Yeah,
It's
that's
actually
great.
really nice.
Really huge.
I didn't see whether that was slow rolled or not, but that's a really great one to have.
It didn't look like it was. I think
Was that a top deck?
it might have been. Yeah.
Okay, so getting in with a Menace and the Infiltrator. So we're blocking the Bloodseeker.
They're
Interesting.
trading.
Yeah.
Mostly because I think the race starts to skew pretty badly if there's.
Whoa. Okay, that's a mutagenic growth.
Wow. Out
For
of
Phyrexian mana. Very
just
nice.
paying
Very nice.
life.
I do appreciate. I like trying to find these tricks that you can just pull up or represent for no mana. I think I've got Apostle's Blessing in here too, which is the other new Phyrexia. Phyrexian mana 1, so you can cast it for colorless. It gives a creature protection. So, just things like that. Look, by order of Elesh Norn, I shall dunk on thee. You got the book in one hand.
Yeah.
You're dropping it into the net.
I'll tell you what. If basketball players had to carry like a heavy encyclopedia in their offhand, I think I'd probably be a little more
okay.
into
So you know
basketball.
how like the Games Workshop makes Blood Bowl, like the
Yeah.
Warhammer miniatures
Football.
company that make the football one.
Yeah.
Just imagine if they did basketball. It's like 8 foot tall Adeptus Mechanicus. You've
Yeah.
got the heavy tome.
You've got like an orb of screaming souls or whatever. that
no,
you're
I'm
dunking.
spending $49.95 to buy the chapter Ball Angels codex.
The new codex
from my
after-
I'm painting my team's jerseys over their dreadnought armor. The souls of fallen ballers are stuffed into the mech suit.
The
Okay.
signature's going on. All
Ooh,
right.
it's a bold move on the relatively dark one.
no. And
Yeah.
a Sharpie mark on the.
No, I might need to get a signature on there.
Yeah. That might need to be a cover up
But
job.
I think this is that's a treasure. Grim Bounty just was cast to remove a creature.
All right, and the Shepherd is coming back out as a blocker. I mean, it seems like the race has skewed back towards Noah.
This has been a very interesting back and forth. I mean,
this is only game 1, right?
this is only
Yeah.
game 1. Both players have definitely had some advantageous signs. Going for a Plains, which is maybe a fail to find here. I saw the Basri.
Yeah, with this few cards in library, I mean,
It's
we're getting...
especially nice having the Shepherd with Basri because then you can represent like this is a Blood Petal Celebrant. Let me get that one up. It's a 2-mana 2/1. It has first strike on your turn, or as long as it's attacking. And when it dies, create a blood token. I think this art is maybe a vampire child. So it might be one of the shortest creatures in Hoopin, but definitely very fearsome. It's like a Muggsy Bogues, Derek White kind of player.
They're kicking you in the shins. They're throwing a shoulder
scrappy,
into you. Yeah.
Good at getting to the net, aggressive, first strike on attacking.
Oh, and we've got the Gixian Puppeteer out too.
Okay,
So even if we just have
with
like,
a ball activation, that's going to be
exactly.
tough. Just
it's
draining.
a lot of damage. Yeah, a lot of damage and very hard to deal with once you.
I mean, both players are digging pretty deep into their decks here, so
Truly, yeah.
seeing a lot of stuff to be prepared for game 2, which is always exciting. Like when you really see that like knockdown drag out kind of match 1, can sometimes make the other matches go a little bit faster, and make the gameplay a lot different. Okay, we're finally blocking the Infiltrator and blocking the Halo Frogger. And then we got 3 going through from the Grim Servant. That Menace is tough to deal with.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the things I was really impressed by with Grim Servant is like, I think that card really reads to a lot of people like a Grey Merchant of Asphodel or something like that, where you feel like you have to like be playing mono black. But even if all that card is like a 4-mana menace creature that tutors for like a 1-drop interaction spell,
Yeah.
like that's not bad. Like you said, like the Phantom Interference, like that's 1 mana.
Yeah.
Oh,
and there's the Gonti.
Yeah,
oh yeah,
yeah.
Scoop to Gonti.
Yeah,
That makes
Scoop to
sense.
Gonti. That makes sense. I would do the same thing.
Yeah.
All right, so we're
Okay,
gonna see
so
some
I see Fast
sideboarding.
and Furious coming in. That makes sense. It's a good board wipe against this deck.
Yep.
I'm seeing Arms of Hadar. I don't know if
Yeah,
he's
I
got
don't
the
know.
mana for that. Time
Yeah.
Bomb can put in some work here
What
against
does
some
Time
for some
Bomb-
slow decks. I
What
think I see
on
that in the
earth
time.
is-
Yeah, that's from Ice Age. It's a
Oh.
that was
Noah.
Noah. Is up game 1. Looks like Nick conceded to a Gonti resolution, which makes sense. Might not want to show your deck late in the game. Okay,
and at
I'm
that
seeing
point, it
the
would've-
explosive singularity. I mean,
Ooh.
look,
Half-court
Noah
shot.
was a 10 life there, so that
And the
Yeah,
end
I
of
think-
the game, you could just full on dunk on him.
generally,
I mean,
have good
a
stuff
little
for
harder
it.
against the blue deck, right? That's all.
Yeah, and I'm looking at the decks here. I'm seeing Fate Unraveler in Noah's deck, which is another one of those that I put in after the first draft. I think someone recommended it.
Yeah.
This is just a nice one where whenever an opponent draws a card, it deals 1 damage to that player.
And
Nice
it's a
way
good-
to.
It's a good reminder that you're never too old to play some games, because this character looks pretty
Oh yeah, the Fate Unraveler.
pretty old, pretty feeble.
I
Pretty feeble
mean,
on the
yeah,
court.
you never know. They're an enchantment creature.
Yeah. Maybe
They're playing for the Orlando Magic. I don't know. There's that card Thunder Magic from Final Fantasy
yeah.
that I think has a good pose for this, and I was thinking of putting in. It's like a nice, tiered direct damage to a creature spell, but like its name is just 2 teams.
It is,
so
yeah. You
I
just,
do
like,
I
get
do
an
kind of
altar.
like that. Yeah, like I have some team stickers that I have been meaning to like put on the cards. There are a few things that are in here, like there's definitely where is it? Oh yeah, we've got a Trailblazer, the Outcaster Trailblazer from OTJ. I've got a let me find it. This is really testing my knowledge of the cube. We've got a Raptor, from Toronto.
Toronto Raptors. That's one I
Um,
know
I got to put in like a Nyx Born Hydra or something.
for the Knicks.
Yeah, it's too bad. There is a card called Nyx. It is completely unplayable here. It's like 1 blue from Future Sight, counter target spell if no mana was cast to play it.
You could do like Knicks Fleece Ram and just be like, here's a
Ow.
wall.
That's actually kind of nice with it. I don't know if the pose is good. I mean,
Whoa,
yeah,
Hornet
that
Queen.
card would be nuts here.
It would be so good.
I mean, it's like a
isn't
7 mana, you win the
I
game,
was
but
gonna-
like
isn't it
maybe
also
maybe
It's
you know-
quad green?
yeah, it's triple green,
Triple
I think.
green,
But
okay.
actually, I mean, sometimes you need a 7 mana, you win the game. There's
I-
not a lot of ramp. There's not
in-
ways to cheat it. Like
in
that's
this cube, like everything in this cube is like 1, 2, or 3 mana. So if you're playing Hornet Queen, you should win the
it's a
game.
lot better than Hornet Sting. That's for sure.
Is that the green burn spell?
I think it's like it's one of those green burn spells that like Mark Rosewater like is like having
Keeps him
a
up at
fit
night.
somewhere at like
Yeah.
1 p.m. right now. I mean, yeah. Chris off mic just said that it is it's flavorful. The Hornet card sucks. Which, hey, I mean, I watched a very exciting the last Nets game I saw at Barclays. I went to see a Nets game because I'm originally from New Jersey, and also because it was like 1/5 the price of Knicks tickets. But it was a Nets Hornets game like several years ago, and both of those teams were just in the dumpster, and
Yeah.
it was actually very exciting. Great back and forth game. All right, so Nick is taking the play here with the Torch Courier. Yeah,
Oh,
1-drop
wow.
Hasters.
Getting the
Yo,
ball.
that's Hoopin gameplay right there.
That right
Yeah,
there.
we are gassing, cutting straight to the bricks. I'm just saying Dracula flow stuff now. It's not even basketball
I
themed.
love it. I love it.
Yeah.
All right, your next cube, Dracula Flow Cube.
I mean,
it's like an
honestly,
Innistrad
yeah,
theme
we're
cube.
smoking symbiotes right now. Yeah.
Incredible. I love it.
Yeah.
I love the quick cut. Incredible.
Yeah, I was putting convenient target on a torch courier before you were a Class A civilization. Let me quote that. Convenient target from Murders at Karlov Manor. We're really getting deep into the mud with the cards that are featured in this cube, but it's a nice recurring enchantment.
Oh.
You know, I like it's a 1 red mana aura. When it enters the battlefield, you suspect enchanted creature, so it has menace and can't block, and it gives the creature +1/+1. For 3 mana, you can return it from your graveyard to your hand. Oh, this is actually a very tough Elderfang Disciple, turn 2. I think Nick's hand was Mijo the Bull, Feldin, and the Rough Rhino Cavalry, so yeah, no lands, but you want to get in. And, the second red source, so now do you play Mijo or do you play Feldin? Let's see, tapping it out. What are we doing? Oh, okay, Michael Jordan. Right on. That's what you got to do.
Come on and slam.
Yeah. So a friend of mine was talking about like having achievements for like Boston Cube Party, and I don't know if he put it together, but for Hoopin, the one I proposed specific to this cube is like sacrifice the ball or lose control of the ball like on your turn and then get it back on combat. Like if you like there's one card in here that's like there's one of those like weird alley-oop kind of cards in blue where it's like it's this one, Shrewd Negotiation. It's like you can exchange one of your artifacts or creatures for one of their artifacts
so
or
give
creatures.
them the ball, take their thing, attack, take the ball back.
That's what I
Pleasure
want.
doing business with you.
Yeah.
You want to talk about disses right there.
Oh yeah. No, yeah, the GMs of these teams are negotiating shrewdly. And
that's definitely like a hostile trade, right? Like
it's the Rock. It's the Rock. Magic Johnson is the Rock. Okay.
That's so fitting.
That's sick.
I love
That's
it.
sick.
That's so sick.
Yeah. I mean, I am assuming that Magic Johnson card is like worth no money. If it's worth any money and you know about it on stream, I don't care.
Yeah, it's worth
even
more
cooler
now.
that they're defacing these cards.
Yes.
A lot of people ask me about Hoopin. They're like, "Oh, so are you putting the sticker over the inner sleeve?" I'm like, "No, I'm putting that shit right on the card."
Yeah. Oh yeah.
What do you think I'm about? I am defacing cards.
If I could put basketball skin on the card, I think I could imagine you doing it.
Oh, I would love to. Here, hold on a second. You commentate this.
So all right, it looks like this this suspect aura, which by the way, I'm gonna tell my kids that this is what Rancor was. It looks like it's actually doing some work. The Menace is really coming in clutch, and like the Torch Courier is like not really worth trading off because you're gonna trade down for a 1-drop that has an aura that comes back. Like they want to do
I got the Hoopin Hall of Fame, so between rounds I can show this off.
Okay, incredible.
Because all of the cards that I remove from the cube I keep in a binder, and along with other things that might be on the maybe board, in case I need another card real quick.
And a sheaf or two of stickers.
Getting in with Michael Jordan. Yeah, I have all the stickers in here. It's crazy how many stickers I've bought for this.
Double block, and they're going to, yep.
Oh, hitting the rock.
On board.
Oh, no, the spell bomb, okay.
Okay, but I think is it still favorable trade, or is it not?
It's because Michael Jordan is, of course, a 2/3.
Yep, okay.
And
bummer.
Against a 1/1 Disciple. That's pretty good. Yeah, pushing in for some damage, control on the court, control on the ball.
Ball ticking up.
This is a very aggressive, low mana game.
Should make sure we put a point counter on that ball.
Yeah, it matters until it doesn't. It is one of the things I like the least about this. That the contested game ball actually has point counters. It comes through occasionally.
I think the flavor is worth the fiddliness because it's only one die. It's going back and forth. It can get bumped or whatever.
Yeah, you can kind of share the die between you.
Yeah, for sure.
Nixon 5 point counters and 5.
That is true. That's true.
I mean, hey, as a Celtics fan, I do appreciate a gentleman's sweep. The 5-game dominant victory.
Okay, so
I think I saw a Faithless salvaging.
Yep.
Or a Faithless pillaging. It's the 2-mana MH2 one.
The rebound one.
Yeah, Faithless salvaging. It's it's 2 mana. Faithless. It's not Faithless looting. It's discard 1, draw 1.
All that's left are broken beliefs. Ball
I think we got Gaunty got by the Rock. Looks like equip
they
the Rock.
Threw the Rock at him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Mijo the Bull makes it go deal 3 instead of 2 from downtown. We got a point counter on the ball. I mean, this is a pretty This is a fun matchup. It's nice to have on featured match like this because the blue-black deck can be very evasive, but also a little controlling.
Yeah, and
White red is of course a boogeyman of many cube drafts, but very aggressive deck doing what is a good environment for it. We got the encouraging Aviator out.
Looks like maybe a take backsy. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So we played a Bosri.
we got Bosri from I guess off the Gonti.
Yep. So just flooding the zone a little bit, tossing some dudes out.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think either of these players are flooding. We got 3 and 4 lands respectively.
Oh, I meant flooding.
Yeah, no, I'm messing with you. Sorry, I got to do it. Okay, we're blocking Michael Jordan with a Foul Mauer Knight. Michael Jordan is succumbing to the worst flu game he has ever had.
He's been poisoned.
Yeah, no, that's actually what happened. An undead knight touched him before the game, and he still scored 50 points.
He went to 75 without it.
The night before that flu game, he and 3 Nike executives were they were at a all expenses paid dinner with full open bar in the wilds of Eldraine, and
Yep.
Oh, okay. So the patchwork plaything got quenched there. The ragged playmate, actually, words fail me, but this card is actually, I think, a pretty important red card
really
here.
Good. Yeah.
So this is if we could get the ragged playmate up on, it's from Duskmourn. It gives a small creature unblockable for the turn.
Yeah, this looks like it would go really well in a lot of the aggressive red decks, but also good if you're trying to play a little bit more of a controlling, like maybe a red blue.
Yeah, this
or
is
red black.
that's the kind of thing I want to have in this cube, where it's like you can make an unblockable attack whenever you want, but you need another creature. It has to be a smaller creature, and you have to spend resources to do it.
Yeah, and your opponent can play around that, right? Like you need to do that pre-combat so they can remove the thing you targeted or whatever, make you spend it.
And it's also nice, in its own way for you, as the player, the controller of that card, because do you, maybe it eats some removal that you can bait their removal out.
Yeah, and it's only a 2-drop that you spend 1
maybe
mana
they
on.
abrade it, and then you play your bigger thing later, like your Feldon here. Because that Feldon, if you're able to resolve the Feldon and start bringing back that Rough Rhino.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I see Noah's at 5 life here. So, okay, I see the Feldon coming out.
Board.
Yeah. The ball will rebound to me.
A lot of Ponderers in red.
Not sure what happened with the...
Looks like
okay, so I think we are going to game 3
Very
here.
Very exciting.
Yeah. I see one of these matches has already ended, and I wonder what that one was.
Yeah,
actually, it looks like 2 of them. So I mean,
this is one of the longer matches in round 1.
Yeah, it's longer, but also I haven't seen too many board stalls. I think the red-white deck has been doing a very good job of pushing through damage, and things like the Glare Wielder, things like the flying on the Starfield Shepherd. The trample on the Rough Rhino Cavalry, the Midnight Mayhem.
Yeah.
All of that stuff can really help. And
I love a tempo versus aggro matchup too. It's one of the things that I think is really, really fun in combat focused cubes is when you have the opportunity to try to have that comeback moment where, the aggro deck has been slamming you and really ripping you apart, but you manage to just disrupt their plan just enough and you can get back out under, and you're not playing a board wipe control deck, which I don't think exists in this.
No,
cube.
I mean, there are a couple of board wipes. I think there's one-ish per color. There are some small ones. There's at least one infest effect in black.
Yep.
But
I was gonna say a Pyroclasm probably goes hard in this cube.
Yeah, and it's used. The Noxious Ghoul obviously is a
talked
good
about
one
that
to just clear out some of the little stuff, and it's but it's there's not really a draw go kind of thing. There's some people who bring a cerebral game, but
it's a mind game.
Yeah.
Looks like we got a turn 1 Ponder.
Okay, yeah, turn 1 Ponder, classic of many cubes.
Oh yeah, I love resolving a Ponder. It's probably never coming out of my cube. Even though it doesn't really do anything, it's just the blue-red spell stack likes it, and it's probably better as an instant. But you know what?
Some of us like to.
A certain amount of cube is just cards you like.
Yeah. Some of us like to get freaky and resolve a portent.
Oh,
You know, I'm like, oh yeah, I can take my time. I'm gonna draw that card on your upkeep.
What about predict? You a predict enjoyer?
Oh, I love predict. I had what was I playing? There was the Bong Cube, I think. At Cube for a Cause in February, I played Juniper's Bong Cube, and I had Mize, which is like the super predict from Unhinged.
Yeah.
Where it's like, I think you name the top card of your library, and if it is the named card, you look at the top card, and if it's the named card, then you draw 3. That's 1 blue mana.
Yeah.
And I had like Sensei's Divining Top.
Oh,
and
gross.
it's like I had like Brainstorm, I think, too.
Yeah.
So it's just like, this is just Ancestral Recall.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I think actual Ancestral Recall was removed from that cube because it was deproxied for the event, but
Sure.
I was like, okay, I just have uncard Ancestral Recall. That's fine.
Okay.
Oh, okay, we got
Tutor.
the Garfield Shepherd as the we're hitting the tutor. Bro, can I hit the tutor real quick? I gotta hit the tutor.
Tutor for some bossery.
Yeah.
We're tooting.
Yeah. We're tooting that thing.
Tooting up.
I still remember playing Wilds of Eldraine Limited and losing the Song of Teutontowns.
Oh, that card was
just
sweet. Just make a bunch of
Greg
rats.
Wilmot just
Just
resolving that against me. Oh, tooting that thing, bro.
Oh, tooting
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Pass the rat stick.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay, we got the Network Disruptor.
Just to play as a
Hacker voice. I'm in.
Network
Contested
disrupted.
ball is still in the command zone, in the NBA zone.
Yeah, in the ESPN Pepsi zone.
You know, I realize actually, instead of wearing jerseys or basketball-themed shirts, we should have worn suits and tied like gigantic knots.
Yeah.
With our tie. Like, the kind of knot that like Shaq would tie in his tie, where it's huge.
It's the size of like a baby's head.
Yeah, your fingers are enormous, and you're not made to tie ties.
I thought about getting us the headsets that have the like little mic. Not that it would be functional at all, but just the oh, well, what do you think, Dan? Oh.
Yeah. Oh yeah, let's go to the video assisted replay. Let's go to New York to see what their opinion is on this. Okay. Nameless inversion. Was that a technical or was that a flagrant nameless inversion? Yeah, Ninja of the Deep Hours is coming through.
An all-timer. I love this card.
Yeah.
I definitely struggle whenever I'm building a new cube not to include it, even if I'm not doing ninjas, just because,
it's a great cube. We got the Midnight Mayhem resolving.
Okay.
Now I wonder
how
many gremlins are going through. Because you don't have to send them all.
I think I would honestly only send one.
I would send one, get the ball, and now you have 2 blockers.
It looks like they've entered.
We got Vern Fleming, we got Jerome Lane. Okay.
Okay.
We're full sending the gremlins. Why not?
What? Oh,
they have a lifelink, menace, and haste, I think.
yeah. So I guess it's just about swinging that race back. But even if I don't know, preventing the draw seems good.
Yeah, I think just, and like one thing that I always think about in this cube, whenever I'm playing it, I always try to think about, like, how can I break creature parity? Because I think, especially in the early game, there's a lot of times when, like, maybe I'm the first to play a creature, I get in, I take the ball, they play a creature, I play another creature, like we each play a creature per turn. So whenever you're able to get multiple like blockers on one turn, that can really, especially if you're able to get through and get the ball in that turn, then you can really put in some work and maybe start drawing cards off of it for multiple turns in a row.
Especially in a situation where you have a Ninja of the Deep Hours coming at you. Okay, all right. Looks like the
Ninja of the Deep Hours, that's disrespectful. If you can get in and draw a card and get the ball that lets you draw a card.
I know, right? Drawing.
Yeah.
Okay, it looks like no blocks. No blocks, maybe, I think.
Yeah, I don't think Nick has a blocker here. But, is that that's a Fast and Furious right there. That's nice.
That's a different cube. That's a Cars cube.
Oh, yeah, I mean, yeah, they are, I think... So was that
3
so that was on Nick's turn.
So this is the
deals 3 damage to each creature without flying. Yeah, there's a couple of things like that.
Cool. Okay, that kind of evened things up again.
Yeah.
Reset a little bit.
We got a board control.
4 cards
the
in
Network
hand
Disruptor having flying is just very good.
I think 3 cards in hand for Nick.
Yeah,
pretty
it
close.
looks like it.
Unfortunately, flyer belt still on the board, ball still in play, under Noah's control.
Oh, I think we might. Oh. I see James Wandering Dad. We might be seeing a LeBron activation.
Oh, yeah? What is this?
Oh, that's just straight up. It's a blue 3-drop. Yeah. It's right under Encouraging Aviator. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so you investigate a bunch of times if you do the adventure, but he was just playing it out as presumably a 2-4.
Some of the holding a basketball in one hand and a rifle in the other. That's
it's like
I didn't even notice that in the art until now.
It's like a biathlon situation, like skiing and shooting, but here it's like shooting and shooting.
So yeah, my buddy Dwayne had a suggestion where if anyone could take like a half-court shot and sink it while playing the Hoopin Cube, they should just 3-0. And Boston Cube Party last year was actually in a gym in Cambridge Community Center. So that actually would have been a possibility. We are now in the Somerville Armory, which is a great venue.
Yep.
But there is no basketball hoop here. So, if anyone wants to anonymously send me a ton of money on Venmo so I can buy a Pop-A-Shot basketball hoop or something like that, I will bring it to your cube event.
I like the idea that the box unfolds into a little, very small desktop.
Oh, yeah. If you pay me the money to buy, like, a basketball arcade machine, you will curse me into having to find a way to get this, like, on a U-Haul to bring to your cube event, and you're like, okay, now you got to drive it to Pittsburgh, sucker.
Dan Thorne's flying freight.
That's the Dan Thorne promise. Okay,
we've got 3 counters on the ball. We might see the ball.
You've seen this cube so far. You're going to see more matches of this. I am nothing if not committed to the bit, okay?
Oh, yeah.
So,
this is definitely a committed to the bit cube, which is one of the things I really like about it. Like I said earlier, it's weird in aesthetics, but it is pretty normal as far as the cards. And it's so cool how it blends this, like, very committed to the theming, but still has really tight, fun, good gameplay. It's not just a pile of, like, basketball cards.
Thank you. And, I think one thing that I hope can be fun about this cube for people, especially people who go to other cube events, like, if you're playing a lot of cubes, I think you will be able to find many. Whoa, okay, so we got a Hotfoot Gnome. LeBron James blocked it.
Whoa,
holy shit. Okay. Mutagenic Growth on the Hotfoot Gnome to make it a 5-3. Then Assassin's Ink came down to kill the Hotfoot Gnome. Then Center Soul came up to give the Hotfoot Gnome protection, presumably from black. What a sequence!
This is great, and now it trades for the trade for the dad. It
shot clock is going down to the wire here.
This is great.
That's awesome.
Hey, get the dad out of here.
What an exchange. Okay, yeah. I thank you, Soph, for pointing out that this monk's palm was facing up and not down. I initially had the basketball on the underside of this monk's left hand.
Yeah, you would have. That's a shameful moment.
No, yeah, I mean they would have to pull me off of commentary with a big hook.
Yeah, exactly.
Elder Fang Disciple. Oh, getting rid of the spirit bomb. Oh no.
That's the half-court shot for sure.
Yeah,
and
no, that is a half-court shot.
It's not happening.
down to 16 life.
He was actually there, right?
In
terms of mana,
I think
right?
would have been able to nug for 10 next turn. I think with the
creature tap,
because I think it costs 8. So that's I know it costs 10.
Cost 10. Never mind. It was not going to happen next turn.
Yeah, it was not going to happen next turn. But it's getting close. I used to have Urza's Rage in here, and that was a mistake. I think that got cut after a draft or two.
Urza's Rage is one of those cards that's like it's nothing until it just wins an entire draft.
Yeah. I have one of the other cubes I maintain is a mono black cube, and
Shadow Wizard Money Gang.
Yeah.
We love casting spells.
CubeCobra.com/cubes/list/BBBBB. 5 black pips. But it's that's a cube where I used to have some like drain life effects, and then I realized there's like no counters in that cube because
it's mono black.
There are multicolored cards, but they all contain black mana. And there are, like, a few colorless artifact cards, but, like, you are not countering a drain life for, like, whatever your life total is. So I had to figure out ways to, like, make it fun to do, like, a Cabal Coffers big mana deck, but not in a way where you're just like, oh, my card
I
immediately
play
wins
one
the
card
game.
and I win. You play like a big like X something, right? Like I don't know if there are big black X spells, but that aren't just I win the game.
There are definitely some, but there's no like Torment of Hailfire or like
big-
Exsanguinate or stuff like that.
Right, a big black like Hydra or something like that.
Yeah, there's something. There's stuff in there.
This is turning into a pretty close game here. The creatures that Noah has on board are not super inspiring.
Yeah.
And
But I
think
mean,
that,
having
like,
a flyer is very good for just maintaining the ball.
yeah,
Because at least you can
definitely.
go back and forth. At this point, you can generally cast most of what you have in your deck and like use the ball. Okay,
Oh.
we're sacrificing the ball to bargain to draw a card.
Nice, very cool. And then is it
Doing that post combat, that's kind of interesting.
It is kind of interesting. I wonder
'Cause-
if he just didn't think about it necessarily because it's not immediately obvious. if
Yeah,
you
it's
haven't played the
possible, but
cube.
I think with this amount of mana, and I don't know, I'm trying to see the hand to see what is being held up
yeah.
with 4 mana, but because you might have a Grim Bounty, you might have another removal
Oh,
spell.
all that
Ethereal,
glitters.
all
Oh,
armor
different
on
one.
the double first strike on the Blood Petal Celebrant. So, yeah, we got ethereal armor there, which is, I think right now, it gives +1/+1 for each enchantment you control and first strike.
Only enchantments.
So,
though,
it's on
okay.
the Hotfoot Gnome. Okay. So that is just a +1/+1 first strike. That's a 4/2 first strike haste Hotfoot Gnome
Not
coming
bad.
in. HOT foot O gnome. You can have a Hotfoot Gnome. I don't know what letters I said there. Don't
think you said-
don't clip that. Don't clip that.
I think he said hotfoot gnome. Oh no, something.
I
like
don't
that.
know. I mean,
A hot dog gnome
yeah.
selling the hot dogs in the stadium.
Yeah, Chapel Gnome is very
Chapel
very
Gnome.
happy about that.
Oh
Oh
my
shoot, we got
God.
the
Yeah.
ingenious infiltrator coming in.
Ninja of the Deep Hours, Big Brother.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. This is
Okay, wait,
this is getting
5
kinda
5
tight.
points on the game ball. They should be sacrificing that to get a treasure,
Yeah.
I think.
I think the
Okay, Phantom Blade coming in.
I thought that this was the pirate equipment, but it is a black
Yeah, there it is.
Assassin's Creed.
Let's pull that up. Phantom
oh,
Blade
cool.
is a 5 mana artifact. When it enters the battlefield, you attach to one creature you control. It gives +1/+1 and menace, and it destroys another target creature.
This looks pretty sweet.
It's a pretty good one. I mean, it's big mana, but it can really swing some things.
5 mana. It seems like these games have like been going long enough that like being able to just slam your opponent's creature down and make.
Thank you for saying slam.
I'm trying to work it in
Yeah.
as much as I can. I haven't figured out how to work jam in, but maybe like
Oh, well, you
perhaps,
know.
Perhaps the Boris player's in a jam right now.
Oh, yeah, once you slam that card, you'll be in a jam.
Wise words.
Oh, yeah, you could say I'm so wise. I'm activating big head
Noah
mode.
in 3.
Oh, shoot. Okay, all right. Yeah, that was a very, very, very fun game.
Oh,
Very nice
extremely
seeing
cool feature
everything.
match for sure.
Yeah. Awesome. Very cool decks. Wow. Okay.
Incredible play from both players. I really liked to see aggro versus tempo. I love
Both
to see
teams.
ninjas.
Both teams played hard.
They played hard.
Both teams played
I
hard.
just
Yeah.
think the ninjas wanted it a little bit more. And,
No, you got to see that hunger coming in.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
they've been really doing their drills.
They've been grinding. They've been hustling. They've been out there on
Yeah.
that grind set for sure. There's
Watching
so
tape.
oh my god, there's so many stickers.
No,
I
you
love
know-
it too because it's a multi-pack of stickers. So
Okay,
it's like
so you can actually chart, how many strip clubs are in the vicinity of the Cube event and how well Midnight Mayhem performs. It's like James Harden. The win rate changes. No.
I do want to before you start showing off cards. I love that these are multi-packs of stickers that have all of the different balls.
Oh, yeah. So this is a quick look into the stickers of Hoopin. These are some other stickers.
But the soccer balls and baseballs and stuff have just not been used. They're all like it's just a bunch of sticker sheets.
Oh,
that are
yeah. If you
half-
were starting a cube that wants to use stickers of either soccer, baseball, football, or tennis, or volleyball.
Dan Thorne is your
please
guy.
I have so many of these. I don't want to throw them out because that would be wasteful, but I will never use these. Look at these. Look at these. This is horrible. So, you know how Magic card art is very small, right? These are the smallest basketball stickers I could find. And here I'm gonna show you a card for comparison. How about this coiling stalker? This was here on the maybe board. So like, look at how small like a hand is on these magic cards. This is the smallest one, so this is like what works for most things. But you'll notice that these have a green background, and the actual sticker, if I pop this out, also has a green background.
So unless the card's
if I put
green.
this on my bald ass head, you're gonna see there's a little bit of green around the orange. So I have to go with a scissor or an X-Acto knife to cut around that green for most cards. Some green creature cards, it works okay, and I can be a little lazy, but I am cutting so much off of these stickers. You don't understand. You don't understand how much I've sacrificed for the Hoopin cube. Okay. You know.
All right. Mark the time. The amount of time between when we started the cube and now is the time to Dan Thorne Crazy Eyes.
Oh yeah, no, the first Dan Thorne Nixonian paranoid rant. Yeah, all right, okay. We're getting game 2. Yeah, that's very good. Our producers cut away from that.
Away from us.
No one needs to see that. Everyone's like, Dan, why are you squinting in all of these photos? You don't need to see the alternative.
Yeah, right.
All right.
Looks like Pistons in 4. We've got a Knicks in 5, and
I see.
Looks like a lot of numbers: 2024, 2028, 2029.
Yes.
Something like that.
Right on. I am going to let you kick this off, and it looks like Ferguson is our Kyle
and,
on the left here versus
and
Noah.
Noah again. Yep, nice.
Yeah, right on. Nixon 5, 2027, 2028, 2029. We've got a lot of New Yorkers and a lot of New Jerseyans, a lot of folks from the other tri-state area, not Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Connecticut. And, there's a lot of Knicks fandom here. It's right after the championship. I respect that. I got to put Hellspur Posse Boss in here, too, like, eventually.
Yeah, you got to get them Spurs.
Yeah, I think there is a decent enough card name for everything, except for the Celtics.
Yeah, because you get to put, what, Leprechaun?
So there's Ashling Leprechaun, which is a 1/1 green 1-drop from Legends that when it deals combat damage to a creature, it turns that creature green permanently.
Oh, sick. That's so good here.
I mean, it's a one. Yeah, I don't really want to deal with that. I think I'm going to use Buried in the Garden for the Celtics card.
Oh, yeah,
it could
and
everyone's like, oh, it could be Madison Square Garden too, but whatever. I'm putting a Celtics sticker on it. It's TD Garden.
Hell yeah.
It's green. Green is in the mana cost.
Oh, yeah,
okay?
totally.
I'm not seeing any blue or orange in that mana cost, okay?
Incredible.
Yeah, these sleeves are orange because they are the color of a basketball.
It's a basketball.
But it did make me have to double sleeve this cube because the sleeves were too light for the double face cards they were kind of visible through the sleeve, and I had to double sleeve them, which I was disappointed in because I don't want to pay for extra sleeves here. Oh, Goblin Tomb Raider with the artifact land. Yo, okay.
It's so good. And see, this is why the artifact lands are so thick. They're so thick.
Okay.
The way that you said that the sleeves are orange. Because
I didn't know if people knew that the orange was the color of a basketball.
It sounded like it was the greatest revelation ever.
We are on a live stream for people who care enough about Magic the Gathering to watch a live stream instead of actually attending Boston Cube Party where they could play it. So, we're dealing with some nerds here. I love you all on stream, but I don't know if you know what color a basketball is.
Dan Thorne certainly does, because he's cut out hundreds of basketball stickers.
I'm taking a bold and principled anti-nerd stance here. Okay, we got a fun looking. It looks like this is a Jeskai deck.
Yeah, maybe
bouncing the tapped artifact land with a Is It Boiler Works. This is a little awkward. I will say.
Yeah, it's a little, especially with the artifact.
I see the acrobatic leap in there. Someone's gonna get got with the acrobatic leap.
Oh yeah,
I see a frontline rush in there. I see the Razzle Dazzler. Oh, Umarowistic. Okay, we got some Washington Wizards online. So yeah, I'm seeing this happens a lot in this cube, but cards are being presented to the opponent for them to be read.
Because
I promise it's not because of some commander stuff that no one's ever seen that has like a million lines of text. It's just one from like a while ago that has a few lines of text. This wizard is dribbling on a flying manta ray. When you cast an instant sorcery or wizard spell, Umara Mystic gets +2/+0.
Is that regulation for them to like be flying around the court?
Yeah, I mean, this is like Space Jam rules are in effect.
Right,
where, like,
got it. Yeah.
You know, you can Elmer Fudd and Yosemite Sam can shoot their opponent's teeth out with pistols.
Yeah,
While Miserlou by Dick Dale plays in like a Pulp Fiction reference that was already like several years dated.
I'm so
Let's see,
disappointed
I
I
think you
didn't
can
fit
like
into
you can
the.
like launch a literal rocket like at your Monstar opponent's butt, and like it hits them right in the butt, and they go like flying out
And
of
that's
the.
not a foul.
Yeah. You know, they can put like Granny in an iron lung. No, Tweety's in an iron lung. I think Granny is just on the sidelines.
Yep.
You know, the scoreboard can just like go up so much that it starts saying just like kind of one-sided, ain't it?
It's the Razzle Dazzler.
Yeah, the Razzle Dazzler is coming out.
Oh, maybe not. The Rizzler.
Oh, I will make a Costco guy's cube if I feel like there's any way to do that.
Dan, I would love to collab with you on a Costco guy's cube.
I forget the creator on Twitter who a couple of years ago made a fake Costco Shocklands Universes Beyond Secret Lair.
Incredible.
It's so good. You got to find this like Godless Shrine. That's a picture of like a Costco nativity scene that they're selling, and like Hollowed Fountain is the Soden Fountain. It's so good. It's so good.
Everyone starts with three.
The Assassin's Ink is coming out. Getting the Mystic.
Everyone starts with 3 boom busts in their graveyards for 3 big booms.
Oh yeah, incredible, incredible. Okay, what is the over/under on Universes Beyond Costco guys, Universes Beyond the Rizzler,
Oh man.
versus Secret Lair Universes Beyond the NBA? Because like for me, it's like you know, as you can tell from these gameplay photos, I'm not entirely opposed to Universes Beyond. You know, some of it feels better than others to me. But, like, I kind of want them to just get as weird as possible with it. It's like, if you were bringing in other IPs into the game that I have loved since the 90s when I was a tiny child, please, like, just give me, like, Universes Beyond NBA All-Stars.
The only concern I have there is a very boring, uninteresting one, which is just, like, Tops and, like, the fact that they sell the basketball cards and stuff.
Oh, yeah. But it's not a collectible game. You can't play with them. Oh, we got the Rhymekin Recluse. This is kind of a nice one. From Lorwyn Eclipse.
Nice. Yeah,
not a lot of Lorwyn Eclipse with a typo. I could have put the ball in the left hand and had them dribbling. I guess I'm realizing that now, but you know, I had another. I think it was Ether Adept was in there. It was like 1 blue to bounce a creature, and this is a straight update. More power, easier to cast.
Yeah.
It's still a wizard for typo stuff. You know, we are avenging the Washington Wizards here.
Couple of tokens here.
Also, I do appreciate that Kyle is wearing a jersey, a custom Magic the Gathering jersey. Shout out to that. That's very well planned today.
Yeah, we had a what is that? Otterball Antics was what made these little prowess tokens. It looked like a cast and then flashback for the.
Yeah, it's you know, another one of those things where I feel like a lot of the instant or sorcery spells, especially the things you might want in like a deck that cares more about non-creature spells, I want like the spells to make creatures or also the spells to be on creatures. Like Secrets of Strixhaven preparing spells has been very cool tech for this. Oh, we got a counter on the Razzle Dazzler.
Let's go. The dazzling has begun.
People underestimate the Razzle Dazzler at their own peril.
There were people bad-mouthing it just earlier today. They were like, "Oh, this card's in the cube," and I was like, "It's good, dude. Yeah. Don't you worry. You will be razzled and/or dazzled."
You know, shout out to Anna Schwal. This cube is called the cube where you can play Razzle Dazzler and ninjas. You know, our friend Anna has a great cube called the cube where you can play ninjas, which is exactly what it says on the tin. You can play ninjas in that cube.
I felt very vindicated when she made that cube because it was like we had like. It was like when, you know how like
you felt vindicated? You got removed from the game? Yeah. Oh, that's terrible.
I dropped the mic.
Whoa.
I
don't mourn for me. This is my destiny.
We both built cubes that had ninjas as like a central focus. Did not talk at all. And her cube was like overlapping, and I think like 7 of the 10 2-color archetypes were like the same as my cube. And I was like, oh, sweet. All right, we just have we've arrived at the correct set of these. I think that cube is really sweet though. The restriction on like creature toughness makes it a lot more approachable to play rogues.
Yeah, I've enjoyed it. Okay, we got flashback Otterball antics with a
Continued
Benthic
dazzling.
Biomancer. We'll have an Azorius Chancery, a Boilerworks, and a Verge. That's some razzle dazzling.
Yeah, this is some non-basic gaming for sure.
Yeah, I mean, look at those bounce lands on the field. It's a beautiful thing. You know, Domingo, did you ever play the Pauper Cube back in like the 2010s, where there was a brief time when Adam Styborski was manning the official Pauper Cube list, where there was a card from Unhinged in there called Double Header. And Double Header was a 5-mana Drake with flying, where when it entered, it would bounce any permanent with a 2-letter name, or a 2-word name, not a 2-letter name.
Okay.
I don't think there really are any of those in Magic.
Yeah.
But so it would be able to return to an opponent's hand, I think like 7 or 8 out of the 10 Ravnica bounce lands. But Simic Growth Chamber, Golgari Rot Farm.
Nice. Yeah.
I think those are the
Is it
only...
Boilerworks?
No, is it Boilerworks? That's 2 words.
Because it's
so
Boilerworks.
Yeah. But like, there was kind of a meta call in like the early 2010s.
I love it.
Or like,
It's just like
okay,
green.
these ones are the best because they tap for blue mana and also double header can't bounce them. Because it was like the most disrespectful thing you could do. It's like, oh, my 5-drop bounces your land drop that costs 2 land drops.
I love that
you.
someone was playing around double header. Like that was warping the meta.
Look, say what you will about uncards, but I do love double header gaming.
I love uncards. I'm a huge fan. I ended up cutting some from Ven for the event, primarily Booster Tutor. It's very fun. It's just kind of a logistical nightmare.
Booster Tutor is just the best card in basically any cube where it's in. I mean, I love resolving it on like Arena Powered Cube, but it's, you got to keep that to like a Powered Cube situation.
We had a drafter. Shout out to my friend John Amante. Who cast.
Shoot, we got the acrobatic leap on the Tomb Raider blocking the encouraging aviator.
Wow.
The encouraging aviator is blocking. It's untapped. It gets +1/+3 and flying, and it's got honestly a really great pose. Let me pull that up. Yeah, that's the acrobatic
this is a
leap
dunk for sure.
No, yeah, so you're dunking onto a pterodactyl.
That pterodactyl is getting dunked on. I love that. Okay, sweet.
Yeah, right on.
Okay, so it looks like Noah maybe is conceded to this. I have to imagine with 16 life being what it was.
Seems like it, yeah.
Yeah, so okay, we're going to game 2 here. With Kyle up 1 against our featured match round 1 winner.
One thing that I do appreciate is like I've seen a wizard typo deck. I think wizards are the only Ingenious Infiltrator has a typo matters type line where it cares about when any ninja deals combat damage.
But like whatever.
But wizards are the only one outside for like Noxious Ghoul. Is the only one that has multiple cards that care about a particular creature type. And I've seen a lot of wizards decks that always have blue, but I've seen in the last couple of drafts, I've seen like at least 4 different 2 or 3 color pairs of wizards decks where like I've seen an Esper one, I've seen I drafted personally a Grixis wizard deck. Sweet. Where I had Circle of Power from Final Fantasy.
So cool.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of a stretch with an extremely teeny tiny wizard, my smallest sticker, but it's like they're shooting from the logo, the Circle of Power is a logo.
Yeah.
And
it's also maybe the ball's just coming at you, like it's like just foreshortened,
forced
right?
perspective.
It's like it's coming at you.
I've done that a couple of times. The what is Wind Rider Wizard? I think has a nice little
that one's
perspective
like
one.
huge.
Oh yeah, it's
he's
in your
coming
face,
right at you, coming out of the card.
No, you're getting posterized. You're right under the net, like they're just dunking on you.
Yeah, it's like one of those 3D things that used to come in the 3D Doritos
we got
bags.
What is this? The Moonsnare Specialist. Domingo, why don't you start this one off while I go to the bathroom briefly?
Yeah, sure. We unfortunately were yapping during sideboarding, so I didn't really get to see if anything got brought in. It seemed like it was a pretty close game for a little while, but unfortunately, it looked like Kyle was able to just get enough of a commanding position, and that trick really cut Noah's legs out from underneath him. And looks like we're going into game 2. Interesting. Wonder if Kyle's gonna keep this. Yeah, looks like it. All right, and we're starting off. Ooh, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. I would send that back as well. Going into game 2 of round 2 of our featured match in Hoopin, and yet again, we got the 1-1, one goblin. Oh, both players have creatures. It's gonna make getting the ball a little bit more difficult. Man, name a more iconic duo: cube players and a braid. I love this card. Deal 3 damage to any creature and destroy target artifact. Just phenomenal. Pretty much everywhere. It looks like we got a blood gas coming back from the graveyard. Good way to kind of pressure the board a little bit, threaten getting the ball. Notably, the goblin controls an artifact now, so that'll be a little bit more pressure. A mystical archive card. Is that God's Willing? I think that's God's Willing. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's a good one. Right. Yep. Looks like no blocks. I think the players are pretty much just in racing mode. Just going back and forth. In my experience with Hoop and Cube, well, Dan's not here to hear me continue to praise his cube. It's really a pretty heavy combat back and forth, really race heavy format. Like there's a lot of like really tight,
we got
doing
the
math out. We're into game 2. Not much is happening.
Bloodghast and Tomb Raider.
Yep, the Tomb Raider again.
No, Tomb Raider is a 1/2 that can become a 2/2. Also a decent blocker if you play it on the draw turn 1 against another 1-drop, assuming that it doesn't have flying.
Yeah.
Also, I have heard that my mother has been enjoying the stream. So shout out to my mom. Shout out to, the parents of any other stream watchers who may be watching.
Yeah, I don't think that my mom is watching, but if you are, shout out to Kathleen Brown Clothiers in Maine. If you need if you need a wedding dress or something, she would hate me for saying that you should go to her.
Oh, it's good to know.
Yeah. She'd be stoked about that. We got the Grim Servant again. Devotion here with the Bloodghast looking pretty sweet.
That's actually that's quite nice. Yeah.
Pretty spicy. And I imagine Kyle's just waiting for the tutor to resolve before he starts his turn. See what he's up against.
Yeah, my mom and my dad are actually both bridge players, and I don't want to toot my own horn too much, but I won the Cube main event of Shoebox this past March in the Twin Cities, in St. Paul, Minneapolis. Wonderful event. If they do it again next year, you should go. Incredible time. But I got my little trophy, which is very cool. And then I was on a call with my parents on Zoom, like the weekend after, and my mom just kind of casually hoists like 2 enormous trophies that she and my dad got from Bridge.
Nice.
Like the same weekend. And I was like, oh, I can't win. I'm trophy mogged by my own mom.
Trophy mogged.
Yeah. I'm learning from the best,
Not to go into too much of a 52 card deck rabbit hole, but Bridge is definitely top 5 for me.
Yeah. It's also very nice when your parents are also like spending several weekends out of their year like traveling to different American cities to play in an intense card game tournament that will take the whole day, where they're seeing a lot of friends of theirs from out of town. And so I'll tell them like, oh mom, yeah, I'm a 37-year-old man, I'm going to play Magic for a whole weekend, just spending time playing a card game. And they're like, oh, make sure you bring plenty of snacks. We keep ours in the trunk of our car.
Nice.
For the weekly Bridge tournament.
That's awesome.
Yeah, right on. You got the Cryogen Relic out here. Oh. This is a slam dunk ad for this card. Yeah, we got the Cryogen Relic up on. If we can get that up in the pip. But Edge of Eternity is,
This card has very much impressed me. I think it's really, really solid. It plays really well. I think even if all you're really doing is just like, not even really gaining a lot of advantage, just freezing a creature and stopping an attack for a turn, like drawing 2 cards off of that feels so good.
It's also a ball. I mean, the original art is a ball. It's actually a tough thing with like multiple spell bombs in the cube. I have to consider sometimes, like, if I'm covering the art with a sticker, like, are there other indicators where you can kind of tell from the art
Right.
what
is
is
this
what?
Pyrite Spell Bomb or Cryogen Relic or whatever?
Panic Spell Bomb
Right.
or things like that.
Yeah, that is an interesting
I do
thought.
have both of the spell bombs. The art is in different places. I hope it's easy enough to recognize.
Yeah, they both start with P too. That's kind of rough.
If you remember what each spell bomb does from memory, you are a big nerd, but I respect that. Whoa, we got a Restoration Angel coming in.
I like the walk back on the I respect that.
I mean,
Counterspell.
Oh,
Got
okay.
quenched.
Nice.
Phantom Interference once again coming in clutch.
Yo, this is the kind of, to quote Bugs Bunny, basketball is a fast-paced razzle-dazzle sport. Is
that an actual quote from?
Yeah, is most of my knowledge of basketball actually just knowledge of the movie Space Jam? A movie with a legendarily bad Michael Jordan acting performance, saved by, the warmth and humor of the original Looney Tunes. Please don't ever watch Space Jam: A New Legacy.
Never seen
LeBron James is a astoundingly better actor than Michael Jordan, but that movie is horrible. That movie is Universes Beyond slop.
Yeah,
before,
truly.
It's
Ready Player One type beat.
I mean, there are nuns from Ken Russell's The Devils in the audience of the final match of Space Jam: A New Legacy, which is wild that Warner Brothers owns the rights to that movie, but it's very strange to see.
I'm so confused.
Yeah. We got a Winter Night Stories resolve.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right.
we got-
Going in for the attack to get the ball.
Yeah,
Kick
Bloodghast.
the ball up. And notably, the ball doesn't untap when you get it, or does it?
Yeah. The ball does untap when you gain control of it. So yeah.
It opened up another draw there. Okay.
So, like, if you have 2 mana up and someone is coming through with an attack, then you should always just tap the
Just
ball
may as
in
well,
response.
yeah.
I mean, unless you have anything else you want to hold up, but if you don't get your card with an untapped ball when they're about to
You're not
come
gonna get
in,
it.
then that's an obvious signal of something. The Halo Forager is coming in. Looks like Noah's taking the Winter Night Story. So that is draw 3 cards, then discard 2 unless you discard a creature card.
Oh, cool.
It also has Harmonize, which is the Tarkir Dragonstorm mechanic where it is like Flashback, but you can tap creatures to lower the mana cost.
Yeah, it's like weird flashback convoke nonsense.
Yeah, now if you like Harmonize, you may like the Boston Cube, which was designed by 10 cube designers, including myself. I may or may not have designed the Teamer bit of it. The 31 Teamer cards feature a lot of Harmonize and also a lot of elephant tokens. So if you like making 5/5 elephant tokens and you like harmonizing, maybe with a gigantic token.
I love that.
Then,
Ooh,
yeah,
Baron.
I think the Cube Cobra list of 31 cards I handed off was just called Teamer Big Man. So if you want to be Teamer Big Man of any or no gender, then you should draft the Boston Cube here at Boston Cube Party. If you are not actually at Boston Cube Party, which I suspect most of you are because you're watching the live stream instead of actively participating in a round, then come to another Cube event in Boston and hopefully draft the Boston Cube.
Yeah, seriously. I do love Harmonize. It's a sweet mechanic.
We got
I
a
love any
counter on the
flashback
Razzle
variant.
Dazzler.
This is looking pretty good. This is looking pretty good for Kyle. I mean, Razzle Dazzler out, Baron as an
Good
option
board
for.
state. Bloodghast cannot block, so it's good for back and forth.
I like this
Let's
little
see.
like bounce theme you've got going on in blue.
That was like a kind of blue-white thing where like maybe the self bounce because it ties in with ninjas.
Yeah.
We got the Phantom Blade. This is unfortunately a reader. It's a card that I suspect very few people will have ever seen unless you were buying Beyond boosters of Assassin's Creed.
It's like you said, this isn't something you would have drafted, right? Because it's not in a draftable product. You probably weren't playing this in Commander either because it's a random 5-mana murder.
Yeah. You weren't building your Ezio Auditore de Firenze Commander deck with free running.
Correct. I did not do that.
Yeah. I also did not do that. Okay, we got the Aviator coming back out.
Still a really close race. This is 9-11, and both players have creatures on the board. I wasn't going to make the joke, but I'm glad I teed it up for you.
I'm glad you didn't make the joke. All right, so Cosmium Blast coming in to shoot the blocking 2/3 Aviator for 4 damage. That's a white instant. It costs 2 mana. Yeah, that's from Lost Caverns
this
of
dude
Ixalan.
is full on holding a basketball and shooting a laser. This is definitely some Space
No,
Jam
I
stuff.
think that might be like a robotic drone. I don't know.
I think he's at least commanding it.
Yeah, I almost called this cube Lost Ballers of Ixalan.
It's in the tag still.
Oh yeah, it is in the tag.
Yeah, I sent it to a coworker of mine.
Thank you for reading the tags. I
yeah.
didn't think anyone cared.
It shows up right at the top when you go to the primer. It's like
nice.
Hoopin, B-Ballin, Lost Ballers of Ixalan.
Yeah. Yeah. So if anyone lives in Massachusetts or is willing to drive up to Massachusetts, I do always want to... Ooh, I see a Deputy of Detention top deck. That's very nice. I do really want to play a Deputy of Detention gets Ninja of the Deep Hours, if that resolves. Let's see what we have. I think there's an Utter Insignificance in Noah's hand. That is a... Oh, Refute. Okay.
Nice. Okay.
Other card in Noah's hand is Utter Insignificance, which is a blue enchantment. It's a blue aura that makes the creature lose all abilities, becomes a 1/1. Now, I realize upon seeing this art that I should put another basketball in the hands of the Eldrazi that is in the top left of the art, because I didn't realize that at first, but it should be an Eldrazi holding an even bigger basketball. I mean, before you get smart with me about why there would be 2 basketballs on the field in any given time, held by 2 players on presumably different teams, then, just think about how much of a nerd you're being, okay?
I think
that's not.
I feel like it's not out of the realm of possibility for the type of basketball we're talking about and seeing played here, where they might have like a pinball style multi-ball.
Oh, I was just thinking about multi-ball.
Yeah.
I've been playing a lot of pinball lately.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Over at Pops in Somerville.
Pops, yeah, State Park. A lot of good pinball places around here in Somerville, Massachusetts, greatest city in the world.
Yep.
Yeah. I love just watching a bunch of New Yorkers play this cube and talking about how much better Somerville, Massachusetts is.
Okay, we got Dad coming out.
Yeah, James the Wandering Dad.
Yep, Papa.
Yeah. You did a good try acting in Space Jam: A New Legacy. The Rhymekin Recluse is coming out on Kyle's turn, bouncing James. Okay. Theoretically, someone can cast James's adventure.
People talk about power creep all this time, but Man of War, still better than that card. It's not a wizard, though.
Yeah, it's a jellyfish.
I
mean...
top tier tribe.
Yeah. There's what is it? Sinette Jelly Drover from Jumpstart 2002.
Jumpstart. Yeah.
Someone's like, I can't believe you haven't printed more cards that explicitly give all jellyfish +1/+1. I need a 5-color jellyfish commander.
Yeah, but then
they printed Morophon to shut you up.
Yeah, or they'll print the 5-color jellyfish commander, and then people will be like, it's too easy now. I liked it better when it was just Sinette.
Oh, yeah, no, once we actually get the full SpongeBob set. Okay, Utter Insignificance is coming out. You can actually use a pain land here to pay the colorless mana to exile. I was going to ask if there was a source of colorless, yeah, but you've got the pain lands in there? Yeah.
Okay, nice. I mean, in my experience with this card, usually you don't need to, unless it's like, for whatever reason, they're going to like flicker it or something. But, it's nice to have the option.
Yeah.
All right. It's really, really down to the wire here. 3 to 5 life totals.
Got 2 creatures coming out.
Hard casting a couple of blockers. And we're really in the final throws here. This is game 2.
I don't think there's any flashback in there.
Is this a concession?
Is this a scoop?
I can't tell.
We taking a trip to the concession stand? Okay. Watch out for that Utter Insignificance. That should go back to Noah.
Yeah, we should make sure that goes back to them. Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's a...
Yeah, nice. All right, we made sure that it came back. Nice.
Oh, yeah. We've been eating our carrots up here in the commentary booth. Yeah. We're watching you, Yeah, Hoopin Cube, you're under surveillance. There's
Yeah.
nothing that will get past us, even while we are going off on very long tangents.
Dan actually was eating carrots the entire time up to this, saying he was trying to get into the quote Bugs mindset.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
not
Bugs
really sure.
Bunny is a personal hero of mine, and I will not hear him slandered.
It looks like
It's,
we're just going straight into the next game. No
Right
sideboard.
on. Pistons in 4. That is a bold claim. But I respect it. I think they've really turned the team around the last couple of years. I saw a Celtics game in 2024 versus the Pistons when the Pistons were, I think, like 23 games into the losing streak, and the Pistons really played the Celtics down to the wire. And I was like, oh my God, am I watching the game where they snap the losing streak against the Celtics, like, as they work their way to a championship?
As a non-basketball player, it is wild to me that we have two mascots that are a literal piece of an engine, and then like abstractly the entire culture of Ireland.
Yeah. No, and not even pronounced like
Correct.
Celtic.
Correct.
Yeah, the Boston Celtics.
Celtics. We
And
sell
yeah,
tickets.
No,
okay,
it was
Benthic
that was Connecticut that sold ticks to the world. Okay, Old Lyme is in Connecticut. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. All right. Looks like Benthic.
No,
Biometric coming
shout
in.
out to the two tri-state areas of the Northeast where you've got New York and you've got Massachusetts, which are like the main one, and then you've got Rhode Island and New Jersey, which are like the vaguely Italian American culturally, little brother to the South, with a lot of grit and culture and great food, and then you've got Connecticut,
which is also present.
the worst state in two tri-state areas. Apologies to anyone from Connecticut. Shout out to Connecticut Cube champs.
Really?
Shout out to my aunt Jill who lives in Connecticut.
I love the walkbacks. I love how you're like talking smack, and then immediately you're like, right, my mom's on the stream.
Oh yeah, no, but I mean, it's
It's all good fun. It's all good
no,
fun.
yeah,
We
we're
love our
we're
Connecticut
riffing
friends.
here. We're trash talking.
Yeah.
It's the spirit of hooping.
Oh,
you
for
know,
sure.
Yeah, Connecticut's a fine place if you have to live there.
great to
It's
drive
cool.
through.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know about that.
I'm just baiting you at this
No,
point.
yeah, everyone who lives in Massachusetts and or New York or New Jersey probably
Right.
has a list of places that they do or do not want to drive through in Connecticut.
Yeah,
But
seriously.
hey, shout out to New Haven Pizza. I will be the bigger
Yep.
man and admit that it is quite good.
My stepdad's from New Haven and he swears by it, and it's pretty good. It's
Yeah,
pretty
okay,
good.
we got the Blood Seeker.
Nice.
I
A
mean,
little life
there
link
are
to maybe.
certain black cards. There's some reanimator stuff. The stuff that'll get creatures back from the yard.
Yeah, what's the reanimation look like in this queue?
We've got Blood for Bones. We've got there's a Bone Caller Cleric, which is a 2/1 where for 4 mana you can sacrifice it and zombify.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I see Electrolyze coming out. Just
Classic.
dealing straight to the Bloodseeker.
Yeah. Electrolyze.
Are
One
we
of
going to
my
get Phantom Interference? No,
Nope.
okay.
does not look like it. Okay,
Nameless Inversion, yeah.
just to try to stem the bleeding a little
Baron,
bit.
and then
20 to
hitting in
10
for
though.
3, yeah, because we see. Oh yeah, you got the ball on the field. So the Goblin Tomb Raider is a 2/2 with haste,
Yeah.
and there's a bounce line coming online. Okay, I see 1 white mana up with the Acrobatic Leap
Yeah.
in hand. Nice little hand. I see Frontline Rush there too, which is another Boros card. I think this is just good. Instant speed. You can either make 2 blockers.
I love this card.
You can make 2 attackers on their end step and get in, or you can, pump a creature.
This card killed me a
just-
lot in TDM Limited.
Oh yeah, and it's it's nice. Those goblins they're getting to the rim.
I will say, Ingenious Infiltrator being is it a 2/3?
It is a 2/3.
Yeah, it's
2/3
going to
for
kind of
4.
hold down the
The
ground
3
a little
toughness is pretty relevant.
bit. Yeah.
One thing that I think has been good about Magic Limited lately is creature sizing.
Yeah.
I think they have gotten a lot better at making interesting combat matchups just in terms of power and toughness. Like, that's that's a very fun game in its own right. Outside of abilities, outside of activated abilities, outside of rules
seriously.
text, like figuring out how to profitably attack, like, your 5/4 into like a 2/7 and like a
Yeah.
3/5 and
Even
like
just a couple of
bunch of
1/2s.
2/2s and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like what kinds of trade ups, trade downs you are willing to accept, I think is really fun. Like I remember Duskmorn had a lot of creatures with very strange power and toughness, and it was awesome.
Yeah.
It was a fun limited format.
I continue. I mean, we've said this. broken record here, but combat is the most interesting part of Magic in a lot of cases. It's where the highest density of decisions happen. It's one of the biggest areas for skill expression. We were talking about bluffing and like attacking with intent to play something second main.
We got a lot of wizards on the board here.
Yikes.
Really need to make something happen on Noah's side.
Yeah,
Get some more
seriously.
board presence or
Something to disrupt.
I think they had an Arms of Hadar in their
Is that like an infest
draft.
type
It's
of
a
decks?
it's a one-sided infest. You can
It's a
that is it is
sorcery,
a sorcery. Yeah, it's Arms of Hadar. If that was an instant, that would be busted. It's a 4
That
mana
would be really good.
one-sided infest. I
pretty
mean, look
cool.
at that game face.
That
Warlock is really that Warlock is in a Gatorade commercial.
Yeah,
like the
yeah.
orange sweat is dripping down their brow.
For sure.
Yeah, all right. Ooh.
All right.
All right. So Kyle might be the
Kyle-
2-0 going into the finals. I mean, I'm not going to say that there were, this is not rigged at all, but the player in the basketball jersey going into the finals,
Yeah, I think there's a little bit of like an aura power.
that's kind of
up there,
nice. I
right?
believe
It's
that's the finals match here.
I think so. Yeah, this is Kyle going in with a 2-0 with this Jeskai.
Yeah, I mean,
Just
if you're bringing a custom jersey to this event and you are 2-0ing Hoopin, then you have my respect. I'll send a fruit basket to your address. Luckily, the player who is in the jersey is not actually listening to this, so I won't have to follow through on that promise
I was just
unless
gonna say,
maybe
we don't
their
have to hold
loved
you to it.
ones are in the chat holding me to it. But if you are in the chat holding me to it, then that's funny, and I will actually do it. So
Yeah, talk about commitment to a bit.
yeah. Hey.
I guess we'll have to wait and see because it looks like the other matches are still going. The feature match finished fairly quickly. It was a 2-0.
I'm going to lean back somewhat dangerously in my chair here just so I can show off my shirt.
I think so. Yeah, that might be a good idea.
Yeah, this is I'm wearing my Colleen Green thank God for the Celtics shirt. I did buy it after they lost in the playoffs, but the sentiment remains.
We might take like a short break here while we wait for
We got some other matches finishing. Yeah.
round 2 to finish up. But we'll be back here in I don't know.
Right on. We have been
3-4
talking nonstop for several hours, so we might go just get a quick beverage, and we'll be right back.
Yep.
All right, we're live.
Yeah, we are back.
Yes, let me tell you a story from the Book of Hoopin. I've got it right here. This is the Hoopin Hall of Fame binder.
I didn't even notice that it was a basketball binder. That's so good.
Yeah, I
So
went
good.
online.
Yeah.
I went on Etsy.
Oh, yeah.
And it was like basketball binder. Like, can I put cards in here? I did get. There are no proxies here at Boston Cube Party, but someone did give me this version of Micho the Bull.
I like it. I like it.
Which is great. Legendary Ox athlete.
Didn't just give you one. Did they give you a playset?
I got 2.
Okay.
Bones gave those to me after Shoebox. Thank you, Bones. Shout out, Bones.
Just
Best
Bones.
cube judge in the land. But hit me up if you're ever around. You can see these are the maybe board and the cards that were taken out of Hoopin. I like to hold on to them because there's not really much I can do with them otherwise.
Yeah. I mean, you could put them in other cubes and be like, yeah, just ignore the basketball.
Oh yeah,
sticker.
sometimes people ask me like, "Oh, I'm putting together a cube. I need like this one card." And I'm like, "Well, I have it, but
It's considered damaged.
yeah, do you want one with a basketball sticker on it?"
If I ever end up building Much a Cube About Nothing, which is my like vintage uncube, I may just hit you up for a couple of those just for the storytelling.
Oh yeah, right on. That'd be awesome. I love
Basketball Soul Ring.
that one tweet of like, cube players be like, "What's the pack one, pick one?" And it's like 15 different cards. It's like a Metro card. There's like someone's social security
A
card. There's
banana
like
from Balatro.
yeah, there's like a $20 bill. There's just like a Ace of Spades. There's a Magic card. There's a Yu-Gi-Oh card.
There's a here we
Oh,
go.
okay.
All right.
So we got Kyle up against
Who's our
actually not David. Okay. Kyle versus David. This looks like this is the finals. Right on.
Yeah, this is the finals of Hoopin, of our featured cube match.
Yeah.
You guys can't see it on the stream, but we are literally on a mezzanine overlooking the rest of Boston Cube Party. It's pretty, dare I say, epic.
Yeah, shout out to the Somerville Armory. Shout out to Arts of the Armory.
Yeah.
This has been a wonderful venue so far.
Awesome venue.
Very, very psyched to be here.
Love to see a fist bump between the two opponents here.
Yeah,
Good camaraderie, even in
Look,
the finals.
nothing but respect. Nothing but respect between all players.
Yeah, love it. Okay, all right.
All right. So we've got Jeskai Wizards for Kyle on the left, and I'm not sure what
Something
the...
green
So I see
black.
Hog Monkey. I see Corrupt Court Official. Looks like a green-black deck of some kind.
Yeah,
I see, Taberax, Hope's Demise. Okay, this is maybe just me getting a little too cute as a cube designer, but Taberax here there is a secret white-black Clerics deck that I think you can draft here. There's a bunch of Clerics. This card is mostly a 2/2 flyer, and the art looked okay, but it's been fun in terms of gameplay. Get some counters, which Abzan colors kind of care about, and if a Cleric dies...
You draw a card?
Yeah, you draw a card and lose 1 life.
I like
And
that
there's a
card
bunch of
because
clerics.
it's like it's not it's a tribal card or a typal card that like doesn't need to be played in that typal
We
deck.
got a Retum Mystic it looks like a take back Cube Ariel, folks.
Yeah,
Um,
seriously. Whoa, oh. Taking
What
it
if
slow,
there was someone whose
understandable.
name was Ariel who made a cube and they called it
Oh,
Cube
Cube
Ariel?
Ariel.
And because I'm thinking of your initial cube was called Cube Mingo.
Yeah, that was the
Retum
original.
Mystic is a Ether Drift Commander card. This is a 2/1 flyer for 2. Each creature card in your hand has cycling of 1/2. I think it's been okay so far.
I love this card.
Yeah.
I was just
It's a
talking to
fun
someone about this in a different cube, and I think it's really sweet. Enables a lot of gross strategies in Reanimator, which obviously we talked about. Not
Yeah.
super viable. It's not viable. It's just not as efficient.
Ooh, okay. The Hog Monkey is
Hog
taking the
Monkey.
field. The Ball Hog Monkey.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
This is
good
from Avatar: The
X-Acto
Last
work on the
Airbender.
sticker.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you. It's so it's nice. It can give any creature.
Oh, and it's
with
at
a
the
+1
start of
counter.
combat. Whoa.
Wait, why does Corrupt Court Official have a +1/+1 counter now? That's
No,
was it?
doesn't look like it.
Yeah.
It might have been a stun counter from the
From the
From-
Cryogen Relic.
from the
yeah.
Cryogen Relic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just because Hog Monkey does not give a counter, it can exhaust to get counters, and then
Oh.
on the beginning of combat, it will
Taberax.
give menace. Yeah, it's a Windrake, but it will also
A Windrake in black in this cube does not sound bad.
and then it's got lifelink as long as it has 5 or more +1/+1 counters. When another non-token creature you control dies, you put a +1/+1 counter on Taberax. If that creature was a cleric, you may draw a card, but if you do, you lose 1 life. And yeah, in white and black, there are some clerics. It could happen. It's not impossible. I don't know if I would want to sell out my deck building entirely around Taberax, but I've seen it happen.
Hey, you're
I think white-black can be a very defensive deck where you can have a lot of little clerics that give you life, or
Yeah.
can be, okay bodies hanging back, and then you can swing in with something like Taberax.
You're halfway to party if you ever if there ever print any good party cards.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Tell me how you really feel.
I don't know if I'm going to incorporate the Zendikar Rising party mechanic into this cube, but, never say never.
It was also
Okay.
in Commander Battle for Baldur's Gate,
Oh,
but only for
yeah.
the Commander sets.
Oh, yeah. No, they did my girl Nalia Diarnis dirty, making her
Yes.
a party-themed commander. Shout out to Baldur's Gate 2. Yeah, what if we just stopped talking about Magic and talked about Baldur's Gate 2, a game that I probably loved more than Magic
Really?
for several years in the late 1990s
That's
or early
incredible.
2000s, whenever it came out.
I have not finished Baldur's
Ooh,
Gate 2.
We've got a Felling Blow on Taberax to hit, give it +1/+1, or put a +1/+1 counter, and then Resto
Resto, classic response.
bounces.
But it appears there's a counter on this green spell that I don't
Oh,
recognize.
that is Dragon's Guard Elite, which is a 2-drop green creature. So Magecraft, the
Yeah.
Felling Blow, put a counter on Dragon's Guard Elite.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, a lot of back and forth happening here.
Did not recognize this card with this art. Is this like the promo art?
Yeah, so the Felling Blow is still going to put a counter on Taberax, but then it deals damage equal to its power to the deputy, but the deputy is blinked, and now the Dragon's Guard Elite is under it. Corrupt Court Official came back, so another card
discard.
is being discarded, which looked like that was the...
Oh, did another card not get discarded?
That should have been, right? If it came out from under there. It might have been...
Yeah, I didn't see a card get discarded there. I think so.
I was wondering what that was. I think Chris is going to check. Because I think that came out. Oh, okay. The Hog Monkey was under the deputy, not the Corrupt Court Official.
Makes
I missed
sense.
that.
Cool. All right. We're good.
Yeah. Hog Monkey is out from under that stifling
Ready
defense.
to start hogging.
Yeah, you know.
Oh, the referees!
Oh, okay. The referee squad has come out. The Corrupt Court Official is getting tapped down and stunned by another referee squad.
Referee squad was a
so
card I
that's
think I specifically asked if you put into Hoopin.
Yeah,
when I
it's
saw
a 2/2
spoiled.
with Vigilance. It has Convoke. And when it ETBs, you tap a creature and put a stun counter on it. Yeah, look at those. Look at those homunculi.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. They are,
It's a great
that's
card.
the plural of homunculus. Chris off stream is wondering about the...
Yeah, they do.
Look, I'm a freak. I'm gonna I'm gonna remember the Latin pronunciation if it's a Latin word. I'm gonna put an umlaut over the second identical vowel, like the New Yorker does, to emphasize that it starts a different syllable. Like in re-emphasize, there should be an umlaut over the second e, because that tells people not to pronounce it like re-emphasize. Okay, or coordinate. Who wants to say coordinate? You know,
Coordinate.
it's also a way to show people that I understand that specific rule, which makes me feel superior to people. And I don't feel good about saying that, but look, let me get my shit in.
We're getting really into silly hours here.
Yeah, I'm putting my sunglasses on while I'm saying this. You can't see that blissfully.
It's Dracula flow hours.
Yeah. Apologies to anyone from my extended family or friends who are listening to this, but shout out to you all for doing so.
Oh my God, incredible! All right, so the squad.
Okay, we've exhausted the Hog Monkey.
It's been a long game.
I feel terrible saying that.
Yeah, that one's a little suspect.
Yeah, Hog Monkey has been exhausted. I'm putting counters on the Hog Monkey as it's exhausted.
Who up exhausting the Hog Monkey?
Yeah, we've got the post Hog Monkey exhaust clarity coming in. Let's see how that affects the game. It is still tapped down, no longer stunned.
Yep.
Tapper X has a counter. Hog Monkey has a counter. There is a Resto on the board, which is
Resto
good.
seems like it's a pretty great stat line in this cube.
3/4 flying with flash.
Yeah, that seems pretty hard to beat in some cases.
Definitely a reason I would want to go into white if I saw it early, especially, only one white pip. These
Very
are,
splashable.
a lot of these decks are 2-color. I try to keep things to 2-color, but, splashing it's doable. You want to prioritize especially Verges or check lands or the Ravnica bounce lands. I think those are the best ones.
I've found cubes with the bounce lands that those especially encourage splashing because you often want to pick them if there's only one, even if just one of them matches your colors.
It's a great way, especially if your deck is willing to be a little bit slower early game. Then it's a great way to ensure you hit land drops. Like
exactly.
It's essentially, it's a land that draws you another land drop.
Yeah,
and that's a nice thing to have.
And obviously, like neither your cube nor the Ven cube have really substantial like land hate, which is where they really fall apart. It's when you have like wasteland and stuff like that.
I've seen a lot of like Sharpie cubes or things with custom rules where they're errata to be hexproof, and I get that.
But like, why?
Yeah.
Just don't put wasteland in your cube. I love wasteland.
Oh, okay. So Rhymekin Recluse is bouncing Tabarax.
Okay.
We got some ground pounders ready to go.
Yeah,
and I think there's a frontline rush in there. I think I see a God's Willing.
Yep, I do.
And a Cosmian Blast. So Kyle has a bunch of tricks on deck ready to go in case
I would feel
we get
pretty
to combat.
good in Kyle's position here. This feels...
Yeah, no, Hog Monkey I think is going to get Menace on combat.
That's a Menace 4/4?
I would probably, I would probably attack here with the Hog Monkey, I feel pretty confident about getting the ball there.
Yeah, they're probably not going to
Though,
trade.
I guess it depends on, especially in game one, you're still feeling out your opponent, you're feeling out what tricks
Yep.
they have. And that's, I think that's one thing I really like about retail limited. I mean, I feel like in the last couple of years, cubers I have talked to at a variety of power levels of cubes have wanted to put more combat tricks into their cubes, like even at vintage cube level.
Yeah.
Because that kind of gameplay is interesting, like having
fun.
royal treatment or having berserk or having
Oubliette! Oh my god!
Resto Angel under the Oubliette, but God's willing. Okay, this is
Okay, all right.
Oubliette, one of the premier removal spells here. Oh yeah, check that out.
Reminds me
I'm
of like
a little proud of that art.
There's like the little gutter guy in like Oracle of Ages that like he just like waves his little hand out from the gutter. That's what it reminds me of.
No, but you're the Restoration Angel has been saved from the Oubliette. These kinds of
Just like in regular basketball.
Yeah, exactly. That's what
God,
Shaq and Chuck and Ernie are talking about at halftime all the time.
Oh, thank God for God's will and saving him from being sent to jail.
Yeah, sent to an underground prison with bars only on the ceiling.
I'm so glad that Oubliette's back. The fact that they just retemplated it as phasing is like so clean, so good. Weird that it's in
They're
black,
taking
but...
you to the plane of Rabia, Chuck. Yeah, but they're gonna put me in the Oubliette after this. Okay, we got a full send attack. It looks like
we're at the armory, so there probably is one, right?
Yeah, like, probably.
Okay, all right. Looks like some trades.
Acrobatic
the
leap,
the
acrobatic
dunk,
leap.
the dunk.
Yeah,
there we go. Yeah,
okay, I saw the swish. Shout out to the swish.
Incredible.
I'm happy to see people turning around combat with the acrobatic leap. Okay, that makes me feel good. It's in there for a reason, folks. To quote Yugi from the anime Yu-Gi-Oh, close friend of mine, close friend of Boston Tea Party.
Friend of the show.
My grandfather's Hoopin Cube has no bad cards.
I do love Cube. I feel like a lot of people cite Commander for this, but Cube really is the home for cards that don't get played anywhere else.
Yeah.
Like, people always joke that, like, oh, that's where, you play Commander decks with that. But I feel like that's not true anymore, with Commander being, like, so EDH rec-ified. Everyone's playing the most popular stuff. And, like, in Cube, you play cards that you truly have just never seen before in your life.
Yes. And it's fun going to an event like this because you can... there are over 50 cubes that are in the main event here, and there are countless more here at Free Play.
Yep.
There are like 300 attendees here, and I wouldn't be surprised if there were over 200 cubes in attendance. Oh, Cosmian Blast coming in for the Hog Monkey as it attacks.
I love this.
Hog Monkey with Exhaust has 4 toughness, so that deals evensies.
Exactly.
Now, if we had a mutagenic growth or something, or a go forth, that would have been nice. Oh, Bailout Woodcrasher coming in. So that's a 6-drop. It is a 4/4 base, but with landfall, it gets +4/+4 and gains trample until end of turn. It is crashing out.
This guy really does look like he's going for the ball.
It's drive. Yeah, the Bailout is driving. Yeah,
for
sure.
A
non-human creature to have such a good basketball pose is like, that's also, again, about the Universes Beyond thing. Like, I am not opposed to Universes Beyond. Oh, Battle Menu is taking that out. That is a new Final Fantasy card that it destroys a creature with power 4 or greater.
Oh, they're trying to take the ball from him. That's awesome.
Yeah,
I love that.
I felt okay about that one.
Give me a second, because I got to parse all these options. So it makes a knight, so it's just a bear.
Yeah.
Flash bear. Gives
Which
something
is good
plus,
here.
Right. Gives a biz +0/+4. Oh, I realize I'm parsing this card when the game just ended.
Oh, yeah. I'm assuming that's a win from Kyle, but
I think so. I think that was a concession from
Kyle seemed pretty in control of that game.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
All right. So this is game 2 in round 3 of our feature
for someone
match.
with a basketball jersey that says the Control Cube, they are definitely
Not controlling.
yeah. I mean, I feel like they're controlling combat pretty well. They
controlling
are
the ball.
Yeah, they're controlling the tempo of the game. They're really, setting the tone. They are a tone setter. They're a true hooper. The analytics can't quite, represent just how, the fundamentals they're bringing to the game.
To which they're hooping.
Good instincts, good ball knowledge, Yeah, we're seeing a clash of two players at the top of their game here.
Two titans of the sport.
No, I wish before this we could have seen them walking in with their luggage and their big AirPods Max on their heads, going in through the tunnel.
Yeah.
Bringing
bringing
in their Settlers of Catan games like the Celtics coming off the plane.
They've got their binders for trades down at Gate
Oh
Mart.
yeah. So I forget, was it one of those '90s Spurs teams, or like who was the team that there was that? There's an incredible photo of a bunch of like a championship winning NBA team after winning the championship or after winning a playoff game. They're on the jet and they are having a LAN party playing, I believe, StarCraft.
Yeah.
And it's like that's what Hoopin' Cube is all about.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I feel like there should be. I think we sort of talked about this earlier with like putting Magic cards on basketball, or like having tomes while you're playing basketball. There should be like a chess boxing where you play like 5 points of basketball, and then you have to sit down and do like one round of cube.
Oh yeah.
And then go right back to basketball.
No, I love the idea of chess boxing, not just because like I'm a white guy who went to college and listened to a lot of Wu-Tang Clan in college, like many
you do fit the
nerdy
bill there.
college-educated white guys tend to do.
Crunch Wrangler?
Also, shout out to the Wu-Tang Clan for causing the Knicks comeback in Game 4, that halftime show.
Dude,
it happened, yeah.
Crunch Wrangler, all-time card.
Oh, yeah, that's what I call myself when I'm, like, walking to the convenience store to get a bag of Doritos at, like, 2 a.m. Yeah.
I truly am a 2-1 with Trample.
Oh, yeah. No, it's also one of the shorter characters. I feel like that character is not drawn to be very tall.
No, this is like
look
a
at
rugby
the
player.
boxiness of the body. It's compact, As a taller person, I can't put on too much visible muscle. Like I'm looking like a beanstalk, Yeah. The short king there is you get to look like a refrigerator.
Yeah, he's
quick.
He's more like on the sidelines yelling into the headset
looking
or
like
whatever.
a piece of luggage.
Yeah.
Like yeah. We got who was that? Joe DeMars as an otter with prowess.
Yep. We got
Right
the 1/1 otter from the what is that? Something play?
Oh, that's Otterball Antics.
Otterball Antics, which is very fitting for Otterball.
Yeah. Oh, it's an otter with a ball. We got the referee squad coming in.
All right, convoking it out.
Oh
Nice.
yeah, no, that's a flagrant foul on the Crotch Wrangler.
Yep.
Yeah,
sorry.
they're getting fouled out for a couple of turns.
You know that short stack was
Otters,
definitely barreling through people, fouling
Otters
left and
getting
right.
some free throws. Yeah, no, they're flopping hard.
I keep coming back. Before the stream, we were talking about how you could come up with like fouls, like having judge calls result in like you getting free throws or whatever.
Yeah, imagine.
I just keep coming back to that.
So another crazy idea I have heard about this cube. I think Matthew Thornton. Corrupt court official coming in.
Oh,
fouling out frontline rush.
That's tough. Yeah,
that's illegal activity. I mean, that's a good card to have, but I'm not sure. I can't quite tell whether Kyle has a red source.
Oh,
I'm
true.
seeing white and blue.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
I didn't even think about that.
Probably an okay discard. I see a braid.
Looks like
acrobatic leap again. I see the razzle dazzler. There's
Okay.
the battle menu coming out, which is giving it +0, +4.
Yep. And because of the prowess trigger, it trades with the.
Nice. That's very nice.
Corrupt official. Yep. Got the ball. We got Jerry Sloan here.
Oh yeah.
Jerry Sloan looking old school
1965
basketball.
from '76. Yeah, look at those short shorts.
Yeah, look at those shorts.
They
look
never
like
should have
underwear.
made the shorts long. I'm gonna hijack the rest of the stream. Shorts should be above the thigh. Okay. Look at what I'm wearing here, and no one can see, but I'm standing up. I'm standing up. My shorts are like a 5-inch inseam. Okay.
The camera's
I'm
like not
looking
gonna
like
show.
I'm looking like Kurt Rambis over here.
The camera wouldn't even have been able to show it, but
Yeah.
Dan was.
I
Dan's
imagine that
not
there was
lying.
just some kind of we're having technical difficulties. Please hold screen over that. Like
They just put a big black sensor bar when you stood
Ollie
up.
Beeks is making the boss call. Like don't ever show Dan Thorne's shorts.
They're pulling the plug on the whole stream.
No, my coworkers at the office cannot comprehend this. They're like, "Why are your shorts so short?" And I'm like, "This is a normal size short to what
like the
me and
opposite
my
of the-
friends wear."
It's the opposite of the Calvin and Hobbes bit. It's like, why don't you buy short pants?
Yeah.
It's like short
I
pants
just-
reach my ankles.
It's the summer in Boston. It's very humid.
Oh.
Whoa,
Whoa,
Snakes
Snakes
Veil coming in over the deputy
Veil.
of detention.
Whoa,
Oh, okay,
and that's a
nice.
counter on top too.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, these are the kind of scuffles that happen when the shot clock's getting low. You know,
Yeah, it's
I
getting
love
tight.
seeing
We are
it.
into the very end of this.
it's not. This is not a counter war cube that happens so often. I
Yeah.
mean, though it can happen, but this is definitely a
Stack
instant
war.
speed trick war.
Yep.
There's stuff that can happen, and I do love to see it.
Oh man,
Yeah.
I love a good stack war. I always warn people when they draft the Ven Cube to never treat the combat step as uncontested because there is flash,
Oh,
there
yeah.
are combat tricks, there's ninjutsu.
Ooh,
Stuff's
the wood
gonna be
crasher
happening.
coming down.
Nice, and the
never
Wrangler.
never treat the combat step as uncontested. Always treat the game ball as contested.
The game ball.
Hey, whoa, hey, oh, see what I did
They
there.
said the name of the show.
Yeah. Hey, by the way, yeah, you should all draft the Ven Cube.
Yeah.
Tonight. After this, Domingo is holding it down. Is the Ven Cube creator? It's a very cool cube. I'm ranking it number 1 after this.
Hell
You should do so too. I mean, again, you are watching this stream, which means you are probably not at Boston Cube Party.
Yeah,
But
probably not.
maybe you bought a ticket and maybe you cubed too hard last night on
Yeah.
the pregame events and you missed the first 2
Went out
matches
for lunch.
and you're trying to figure out where to come in the evening. But you should rank Ven Cube number 1. You should get in here. You should beat someone up who's in this cube and take their phone, take their clothes, like you're like Arnold Schwarzenegger in an 80s action movie. Come and infiltrate and rank the Ven Cube number 1 and play it.
I walk
am
up
not
and it's,
actually I do not commit violence against any other cuber. It's all love. But
just
you know,
Dan
come in
Thorne,
here and
Dan Thorne, and 5 people in Mission Impossible masks drafting.
yeah, look, I watched that movie The Furious, the like
Oh, the Razzle Dazzler
action movie Razzle Dazzler coming out.
He got the fingers.
Yeah. We're razzling and dazzling. Will another spell resolve? While the Razzle Dazzler is summoning sick, it's possible.
It's very possible. I mean, it's not bad to double spell while it's summoning sick because you still
I
get the
see a
counter.
Dovin's Veto in the hand, which is I mean, I put this in because I should probably put a bigger basketball on that art.
I wasn't going to say anything, but I was thinking it. I
Yeah,
was
it's a
thinking
little
the same
tiny.
thing.
That's like the opposite of forced perspective. That one's looking a little small.
Yeah.
But I feel like the pose, the
Oh.
bald-headed guy, the flavor text, it's very disrespectful. It's a good Hoopin Cube. I
Dan-
see you learn nothing, Chandra. You'd still put a match to something rather than understand it.
Dan-
And then you're literally like crossing Chandra and like getting to the rim.
Dan,
You know?
if I had infinite time, I would alter this to be you.
Okay,
Just, like,
wait,
put the hat-
Dovin. Wait, what's going on? Maybe I blocked this Dovin's 6th finger with the basketball in that art because I think Dovin Bond canonically has 6 fingers because he is a Vidalkin from
But-
Avishkar, and they have 6 fingers. And
I thought that they didn't. I thought they didn't. Oh, do they have the 6 fingers?
yeah, because there's a
Vidalkin or-
card from Ravnica Allegiance that's like it's like the 3-mana enchantment that comes back to your hand where it's like Dovin counted the planeswalkers in the conspiracy. Like him,
Oh,
Kaya,
yeah,
and
yeah.
Ral, or whatever
All right.
were 5, and then Nicole Bolas made 6. And he's counted it on his hand, which has 6 fingers. I don't know. It's Dovin's Acuity. It's from Ravnica Allegiance.
I'm gonna-
We got
I'm
an
gonna-
Earth
I'm gonna look
Kingdom
to see if-
General coming down. The indestructible land, the artifact indestructible land is Earthbent, which is
That's
sick.
sick. That is really sick.
And yeah, no, we got
yeah, you did cover his 6th finger. It's like dangling in the
Oh.
background.
oof. Yeah. Okay, I was about to
Continuity
crash out
error,
on the
yeah.
magic artist, but
Yeah.
okay. We're crashing in with that is a 2/2 knight. We got the Razzle Dazzler with 1 counter. I see the Abrade and referee squad. Okay, ball is being tapped. Looks like
Yep. probably
Yeah,
the
tapped out, so...
pre-pass off. Oh,
Yeah.
no, there's a little blocking going on. Okay.
Okay, yeah, 2/2 indestructible blocking the Dark Moss Bridge.
Yeah, I like it.
But we got the Razzle Dazzler coming in.
Okay, the
Earth
general
Kingdom
dies.
General has died.
Okay,
Yeah.
Ball has passed hands.
Yeah, okay.
Oh!
Whoa, okay. We got a
Potential
chance
foul
to
on the play.
Whoa. Cryogen Relic coming down.
Love it. Just a draw.
Now,
the card is
Cryogen Relic, I think, can only stun a tapped creature.
Correct.
Or it puts a stun counter on a creature, which would remain on...
No, I think it's only stuns a tapped creature. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, because I remember there were a lot of times where I wanted to sack it against my opponent.
Okay, we're rewinding Combat Cube. REL.
Yeah, all right. A little takesy backsies, as it were.
Okay. So we got an acrobatic leap instead on the referee squad to keep it alive. Then we got the Cryogen Relic coming down.
Got it. Okay. Cool. All right.
Yeah.
Not much has changed there, and then freeze that.
Yeah, okay.
All right.
Yeah, it makes sense to tap down the Wood Crasher. I mean, 8/8 trample is going to be really hard to deal with, even
Especially
when you
with
have a big board.
But yeah, still, I mean, with a 2/2 indestructible as on defense behind it, it's definitely looking threatening, especially at 12 life. Like,
yeah, shout out to the NBA screenwriters who have been putting these matches together, because this is the kind of gameplay I like seeing in Hoopin' Cube. You know, I know there have been some times when people have had bigger board stalls. There's sometimes when there have been, you know, kind of smaller games, but this is like kind of where I'm seeing a lot of good combat tricks going back and forth. I feel like these players have been using them very well. I think all of the players that we have seen, all of the 4 players, have a good grasp of what you can do in this cube that's unique. We got a Battle of the Bridge as getting rid of the referee squad and gaining a bunch of life. So that's an X for more than needed to kill the referee squad.
Just to be able to swing back
gain that much life.
24-12.
Yeah,
Insane.
so from 18, so it's what, a 6 life swing.
That's crazy.
No improvise. Did not tap the artifact land, which, you know, makes sense because that's an indestructible blocker right there.
Yeah.
We're going to need some razzle dazzling, I think, from Kyle to come back from this.
Yeah, I tend to agree.
We do have ball control on Kyle's side.
Yep. Yeah, was not able. Our opponent was not able.
Okay, Goblin Tomb Raider coming out.
Not looking incredibly hot.
Running
but it is
through
a
an
blocker.
opponent's house like I'm Tomb Raider, to quote Megan Thee Stallion.
Big fan of the show. Big fan of the show.
Yeah.
Friend of the show.
Show Megan Thee Stallion. Yeah. Oh, Baron clearly must be bouncing.
Bouncing the Bailoff.
Oh, not bouncing
not
the
bouncing
indestructible land. That's actually a little remarkable to me.
Yeah, I think the 8/8 trample attacker is just so threatening here with his life total being so low that I imagine it's more the.
That's true. Yeah.
Because especially if you bounce the land, you guarantee a landfall trigger next turn, right?
That's true. Yeah. No, you are correct. I did not think about that, but yeah.
Yep. Bailoff coming back into the zone.
Yeah.
He was benched for just a moment.
Yeah.
But they can't keep the goat down.
Yeah, the Wood Crasher, I mean, at a height of 20 feet, hailing from Zendikar, 1 year in Zendikar University, 1 year in the G League.
Is this the biggest creature in the cube?
One of our centers.
I guess besides Multani.
Multani, Yavamaya's avatar can be very big. Balam T-Rexor is a 6/6. I think most things are about a 6/6.
Yeah, so an 8/8 is pretty.
Yeah, Demon of Catastrophes can be pretty big as a 6/6 flying for 4. There's a Hill Gygas, no, is a 5/4.
5/4, yeah.
Yeah, there's not much bigger than a 6 power.
Yeah. So this
we got the Winter Night
is,
Stories coming online. So draw 2. I see an Umara Mystic and 2 lands. So, I mean, I think if I were Kyle, I would discard 2 lands here. Because I think you just rip them.
You just need the material, yeah.
Yeah. Umara Mystic is good as a flyer. That'll help you keep cracking back for the ball. You could also cast Umara Mystic and then still... Oh, if you discard the right way, you might be able to... So holding the Chancery for Dovin's Veto, I think.
Yeah,
and then... Oh, Heartfire Immolator.
Cool
I'm
card.
not quite sure. It looked like, 2 lands were discarded from the Winter Night
Yeah,
Stories. I think they're just below the card.
Yeah, it went on top of the...
Yeah, Heartfire Immolator is a wizard with prowess. and you can pay 1 red and sacrifice it to have it deal damage equal to its power to a creature or creature or planeswalker.
Not that
It's
there's
a
any
2/2 for 2. It's a red creature.
I mean, red prowess here is pretty good. I mean,
Yeah,
I'll say James is doing a good job of making, holding on. And the Razzle Dazzler has been putting in the work. It's already eroded back that all that life gained.
okay, we got a big bailout swing unblocked.
All right,
just
looks like
crashing in for 8.
Looks like
and now we've got the ball back on this side of the court, and we can. I'm not clear whether we want to draw right now to dig. Oh, and it's actually. So the ball was cracked to get a treasure by Kyle before it exchanged hands.
Looks like
okay, so we've got, it looks like this is the Hog Monkey coming down.
Yep, Hog Monkey back out.
Nice, yeah, that's a
sometimes you gotta hog your monkey, like it's
great point guard.
Yeah, seriously. It's really interesting here because even though the life totals are obviously like 4 to 15, the Razzle Dazzler and the Baloth are both like very hard to block. Obviously, Razzle Dazzler he needs to continue to do the double spell thing, which he's slowly eking out of cards. But
yeah, we do have Winter Night Stories in the yard, which, and with a treasure that could, you could maybe tap down like a Baron to make it cost 3, get another spell if you draw 3 cards.
Tapping down a blocker, though, here is pretty suspect because if the opponent has any...
Hog Monkey can exhaust and get Menace. We've also got a big Trampler.
Yeah, exactly. As long as a landfall trigger happens.
Yeah, you got to fight to stay in game 2 here. But this is the kind of stuff we want to see in the finals, Sweeps are fun if you're a fan of the winning team, but it's always nice to see a little bit of back and forth. That's the great thing about basketball, is that the games are played in a series of 7. Football, there's so many what ifs where, look, I'm a fan of the New York Giants, so I certainly appreciate some fluke victories over teams that are way better on paper. Just because things break right the wrong way.
Looks like Winter Night Stories is getting flashed back.
It got harmonized, I guess.
Yeah, 3 and then tapping a 2. Yep.
And I saw Benthic Biomancer got discarded, so that's the creature card discarded there.
Yep, makes sense.
And now we've got, I think, 5 or 6 mana here.
Yep,
5 mana. There's a Chancery, and there's a Treasure online, too. Now, I wonder about the Chancery holding back for Dovin's Veto. I would probably keep that online at this kind of crucial moment.
It's like it's not happening, though.
So, second spell going. Ooh, Ramekin Recluse could be big here because you can bounce
the Baloth.
Bounce the Baloth again. That, gives you a couple of turns.
Breathing room to maybe start dazzling.
Yeah. Bouncing the Baloth. That's a big target. You're going to want to try to foul out that big center.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like Victor Wembanyama. You want to try to keep him out of the game. It's just so large, so dominant.
Oh, my God. All right. Ball goes back over to Kyle.
I have been enjoying how interactive these combats have been, even without a lot of flying or reach. That's been nice to try to run things that way. I think the amount of flying evasion is pretty nice where it is, and the reach is also there to keep flyers honest.
That's one of the concerns I have in my cube, is just the sheer density of flyers in white and blue. Gives you a lot of play to just be able to go over your opponent.
Yeah. Let me tell you, folks, the best mechanic ever made in Magic, it's called flying. It's kind of OP. But
you know what's even better than flying? Horsemanship. Let's go.
Yeah, no, I know Cube Judge Bones loves talking about how Shadow is better than flying, where I can see it.
+1. Love that. I love Shadow.
I do love Shadow. Whoa, there's a Crasher coming out again.
Coming down. Yeah. Getting deja vu over here.
Yeah.
It's really, really close. So that
this is very close.
The Dazzler is hitting for what, 6, 7 next turn?
Yeah, it's 6/7. Yeah, 5 counters on it. It's kind of amazing that the Dazzle has been bedazzled for so long.
I would consider this sufficiently razzle-dazzle.
And we're definitely at enough cards where if you have enough card velocity, especially with the ball, you might still be able to double spell. We could even see a sorcerer, like a own turn God's Willing, just like baiting the opponent out. I mean, I don't see a lot of cards in the hand, so it's possible that you just kind of go for it and get in with a Dazzler.
Okay, Electrolyze, taking down the Hot Monkey.
Electrolyze, yeah. Electrolyze, very, very nice card.
I
I always love
Electrolyze.
playing with Electrolyze. That was
All-timer.
Guild Pact really got it right.
Getting a 3-for-1 off of Electrolyze.
Where would any of you gamers be before Guild Pact when they were like, oh, here's the quirked up guild for blue-red gamers like myself, Mark Rosewater. And, and look, I respect that. I might be more of a Grixis gamer these days, but because I got that ambition. I got to do whatever I want. I'll do to win. Okay, we got the Umera Mystic down. The Razzle Dazzler is coming in.
Oh my God!
I think we got an Alpha Strike.
It's
oh
right-click
shoot!
attack all.
Disrespectful.
I love it.
Yeah. No, we're driving.
Settle the wreckage?
We're driving. Oh yeah. Oh God, imagine. I have no idea where to put a basketball there. Also, this is Golgari. There's no white source.
Yeah. Settle the wreckage would be pretty suspect.
Yeah.
Ambush Viper.
Convert to slime. I don't know. That's not instant. I don't know. I don't know what's instant speed.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Some blocks are
Blocking.
happening.
We're making some blocks. They got 7 points of damage. I mean, yeah.
And it
Ooh,
looks
yeah,
like
and
he
in
takes-
2. Okay, Kyle.
Incredible, Kyle taking it down with the 3-0 on our feature match.
Wow. That's fantastic gaming. This is some Jeskai Wizards. Made great use of the acrobatic leap, the God's Willing.
Yeah. The
Some
tricks
very good.
were game winning in a lot of cases. And all-star player here, Razzle Dazzler,
Yeah.
as your muse Bugs Bunny said, isn't that just what basketball's about?
Yeah, Razzle Dazzler is dressing up like a beautiful woman on the court to distract an opposing player, and giving them a big old smooch before like tossing a bomb, like a big old bomb with a big fuse.
Yep.
We've got, wait, whoa. Are we coming in for a post game interview? I mean, 'cause you might be. 3-0, yeah. Oh yeah, you got like a towel to put over your head or something. Okay,
We can
yeah.
splash some water
All
on
right.
your face.
Kyle Ferguson just 3-0. Yeah, we're seeing the deck building coming out. Yo, Kyle, what do you have to say after that?
It was a good game. Everyone played hard. Everyone found the fundamentals. It was great. No,
Yeah.
I love this cube. This cube is great.
Yeah.
It was so much fun.
Now, how would you say about facing Bailoff Woodcrasher in another matchup in the future? What would you say? That's a tough size matchup there. It's a tough trample matchup.
We got him pinned. We got him separated from the hoop as much as possible. We tried to make him go long, and he couldn't shoot long.
Yeah,
He kept on bouncing back. So
yeah, and I noticed that acrobatic leap came down when you really needed it, when the shot clock was getting low. What factors do you say help you practice your acrobatic leaping in this match?
So I put a lot of emphasis this year on jumping and making sure that our players could dunk as high as they can. Screw all fundamentals. As long as they can jump and slam the ball, that's all that matters.
That's always what we're saying. No
gotta put it on for the
analytics. This is a very hard cube for Cube Cobra to analyze. It's all about being a real hooper.
Yep.
It's about just
About
having
drive,
aura.
purpose.
It's about having the drive to get to the rim, to dunk it, to put your opponent on a poster. Shout out, you came in a jersey, you called your shot like a basketball version of Babe Ruth. And you imagine Babe Ruth playing basketball. I feel like you would be a lot less good at that.
He still brings the bat.
Yeah,
with
thank
him.
you very much. Thank you very much. All right.
He's like, where do I
Kyle
put this
Ferguson,
bat?
Our 3-0, Jeskai Wizards. We got the Razzle Dazzler.
The Razzle Dazzler. People who
Razzling
doubted
and
it.
dazzling. That's what people come to see. That's what put butts in seats.
Butts in
Razzling
seats.
and dazzling. That's also a great inclusion in the 6-7 cube. Yeah, that Razzle Dazzler doing those hand gestures. Yeah, we're doing it. We're the Razzle Dazzler.
The memes.
We're the Razzle Dazzler. I'm putting my hat down like the Razzle Dazzler. Yeah, I'm like RXK nephew. Put a counter on me like the Razzle Dazzler. Unblockable like the Razzle Dazzler. 6-7 hands like I'm Razzle Dazzler.
On a more serious note, is there anything you saw out of this that makes you think about things differently for Hoopin as far as a brewer? Any cards you feel out of line?
The Brewers are a baseball team.
Oh, sorry.
No,
sorry. As
you should
feel
think
as
about
a
the
Nick.
Bucks. Yeah, no. I think, I mean, these games I saw were great. I was happy to hear someone said Red Green was doing well for them, which is awesome. Because I feel like Red Green is one of the color pairs that doesn't have as much of an identity.
The big draw, yeah.
Yeah, I think it was kind of an artifacts thing initially, but then I
Kinda
didn't
hard to
quite.
support.
Yeah, and there were just like sort of cards that looked a lot worse to try to make that happen, and I just felt like I think
that
especially with smaller cubes, with a 360 cube where you're playing an 8-person pod and every card is getting drafted. If you have too many gold cards, then a lot of them will just end up being the last few picks in someone's deck. Even if someone is in that color pair and they wheel it, they might just take a monocolored card that seems
Start
better,
random
or a
removal
fixing
stuff,
land,
yeah.
depending on what's happening. And that's totally reasonable. So I think you want to make the multicolor cards exciting, but you also don't. I think for cube designers, you shouldn't feel compelled to have an even number in each pair. Especially if you're considering like things like hybrid cards or like off-color flashback or things like that as multicolor. Like, you can bend it. Just what cards will get played the most, I think, and will get played in different decks, I think is worth thinking about. So yeah, that's my word of advice, especially for 360 designers. We are going Charlie XCX mode here. I love a 360.
I think it's really tempting, and I'm guilty of this as well. My cube is extremely spreadsheet focused, and I tried to break out of that with City Block a little bit.
Yeah.
I built a different spreadsheet to have to track all the different colors and stuff. It's very tempting to just see all the numbers be exactly the same and feel good about that. But you're absolutely right. Like, the hybrid cards, off-color flashback, even like alternate casting cards, things like Tameshi, where like you could play Tameshi in a mono blue deck and be totally happy, never activating its ability ever.
Yeah, I think you
totally
could be pretty happy. Yeah, like mono blue or blue black or other things.
Right,
Or
if
like
you're
maybe you
ninjas.
splash it once. The ball can incidentally make you treasure. There's other things. But it's it's a thing that could pull you into blue white, but it could also be used in other ways. And I think especially when you have a 360 card cube where you don't have the replayability factor of like, oh, these 90 cards are not in this draft, these 180 cards. I think I want to try to make the cards both simple so that you can understand them easily in a draft with weird rules, but also replayable where you can see them in different decks in different ways. Like, and that's I saw some really cool games. I think we saw every color get represented well.
Yeah.
I thought Noah had a very, very good blue-black deck. I thought Nick had a great Boros deck, textbook kind of aggressive, go wide kind of strategy, swarming the rim. Kyle had a really, really nice, that's the kind of deck where I think you could see there were some times when early on you were maybe a little stuck on colors, especially with bounce lands, but the bounce lands are so powerful for just smoothing out your draws, making sure you have lands to play. Even if you're picking up a tap land, that can still be great in the long game. Just having great mana and being able to double spell, being able to just have mana up for your cheap combat tricks while also developing your board every turn. That's the kind of stuff that can make a Hoopin champion. And, again, you are probably not watching this if you are actually in the event because you're probably here, in a match. But if, for whatever reason, you're at Boston Tea Party, maybe you can use these lessons to improve your own drafting in Hoopin in tonight or tomorrow.
Yeah.
So, hopefully enjoy the cube. I'm Brinkley Sound on Discord. I'm easy to find around here in Boston. So, please give me feedback. If you've got a cube event you want Hoopin in, please hit me up. I'm always happy to bring it, especially on the East Coast.
And we gotta start working on the tennis cube.
The tennis cube. We're just lobbying back and forth. Infinite Jest.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No. What is the Magic equivalent of the Clipperton, the player in Infinite Jest who played tennis one-handed with a gun to his head?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
No, I
Probably
okay.
like Doomsday with no win con.
No, I have actually read the entirety of Infinite Jest, so if you want to talk about that too, we can talk about it. But I would love to do a football cube at some point. I would love to do a pro wrestling cube.
Oh,
I
yeah.
imagine that's getting easier with all this Universe Beyond stuff.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I just love pro wrestling. I do probably watch that more than basketball. So, if you also want to talk to me about John Cena or
Different
whatever,
different
that's cool.
flavor of come and slam. Come
Yeah,
on and slam.
It's
Like
true.
yeah.
Signature slam. We
Yeah.
got.
We got Slaying Mantis with the elbow drop.
Slaying
yeah,
Mantis,
yeah.
You got. I think there were some wrestler cards in Spider-Man. Spider-Man canonically a pro wrestler.
Yeah, true. Got to start.
He beat up Bonesaw McGraw. It was
The
very
Lord
very
God.
homophobic towards Bonesaw McGraw in Sam Raimi's Spider-Man movie from 2001. It's a black mark on Peter Parker's career.
Yeah.
But
Never gonna recover from it.
yeah, Macho Man Randy Savage didn't deserve that. Him and his husband have a great life at home. Yeah, I don't know.
We're in the end of the.
Yeah, Chris is gonna pull us out with a big hook. But hey, thanks y'all for watching this stream. Stay tuned for the evening stream, and thanks y'all for supporting Boston Cube Party, the best little cube event in Boston, if not the East Coast, if not the world.
Strongly
But,
agree.
shout out to all the other cube events that I've gone to and I liked. All right, I'm getting the hook.
Yeah. All right.
Thank you, Domingo.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
y'all.